Here we go. It is Vikings game day, Monday Night Football, and we're live. That's right. Another Dr. Pigskin watch party. We are back after a nice Thanksgiving break. I gotta say, I'm feeling good. I am excited to watch the Vikings. I've been waiting for a minute now. That extra day layover, man, it's killer. I hate just sitting through a whole Sunday with no Vikings football. There's some parts of it that I like. I like being able to watch a Sunday slate free of emotional distress. But, man, sometimes you just want to watch your team, especially coming off a bad loss, right? Not a bad loss, a frustrating loss. You want your boys to get back out there. And you know what? We're about to get back out there. We are 15 minutes away from kickoff, Monday Night Football. I've got the Monday Night hoodie. That's a thing now, which I'll elaborate on as we dive in deeper to the stream. But welcome back, everyone. It's good to be back. And, of course, as always, say hello in the chat if you're in here. Love to talk ball with y'all, catch up and everything. But we are back, and it's already popping. We've got Caden, Pearchamp, and Parker all in here. How's it going, guys? Good to have you back in here. We've got Caden saying, wow, he's streaming. A bit sarcastically. That's right, the snark is back. Yeah, I know. It has been a while. It's been a very busy season of life, as I've said many times. And, of course, as you know and Parker know, I was home in Fargo over Thanksgiving break. I was actually home for almost a week, which was really nice. And I was busy. I had some stuff going on Sunday, so no stream then. I'm hoping I can bring back the Sunday stream soon because that genuinely has been a while since I've done one of those. But it's good to be back doing a few game streams. And, of course, the Vikings playing tonight. You got to go live for that. Pearchamp says, welcome back, Doctor. Welcome back, Pearchamp. Good to see you back in here, as always. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving break. And, hey, how about your Packers, huh? Big win on Turkey Day. How about it, huh? And you know what? I wasn't too upset about that result. We can talk more about that later, but I was not too upset about that result. Parker asking, can you take me higher? Can you take me higher? I tell you what, man, if the Vikings win, we might have a little Creed sing-along at the end of the stream. I tell you what. I've been listening to that song nonstop today. Nonstop. There is Pearchamp with the question. How about the Packers, though, taking down the Lions on Thanksgiving? How about it? I tell you what, man. The Packers looked pretty good. We can pull that up right now here. We've still got a little bit of time. I'll give my prediction here in a sec. But the Packers looked pretty darn good on Thanksgiving. Jordan Love with maybe his best game of the season so far. And very quietly, he's putting together some very good football. I'm realizing now you guys probably can't see that. I should switch over here. But yeah, Jordan Love looked awesome. He made a lot of great throws. He limited his inaccuracy. I don't think he turned the ball over. He didn't have any interceptions. 3 touchdowns. Wide receivers were making plays, huh? Christian Watson with the touchdown. And I tell you what, the Green Bay Packers are very much in the playoff race. They are hanging around there. I believe they're on the outside looking in right now because of Seattle having one of the wild card spots, and then the Vikings have the other, and then the Cowboys. But I tell you what, and this is something we could talk about a lot here, but Seattle's schedule looks very difficult down the stretch. The Packers, they had a brutal stretch here where it's just loss. You know, losing 5 out of your 6. This win against the Rams could prove to be big, though, because they're kind of fighting with the Rams right now. They'll have the head-to-head tiebreaker. They've got the Chiefs, which, but then the Giants, the Bucks, the Panthers, the Vikings, which anything can happen in those games, and then the Bears. There is a path here to 9 wins for the Packers, and that might be enough to get them in. If they can get 9 wins and they have a tiebreaker over the Rams, they could get in. They are honestly probably one of the teams with the better odds, in my opinion, to get that 7 seed. That was a big win against the Lions. Big win. And what else is there really to say? They played great, and that was with half their team injured. Guys were out all over the field. But they got it done, man. And again, Jordan Love piecing together some great football right now. You know, he looked awesome. His debut, right? It's oh my goodness, they did it again. And then it was kind of rough for a while. I think he really bottomed out in this stretch right here against like the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Vikings. It was bad, and I think people were just kind of ready to, write him off maybe and just, he's not that good. He's sat for this long and he's just not played well. But I tell you what, I don't know, man. He's looked pretty good over these past few games. Maybe a little bit better than his stats indicate. He is running the Matt LaFleur offense pretty well right now. I think it's an exciting time if you're a Packers fan. Hey, you're 5-6. You got a better record than the Jets. That's got to feel good. But yeah, how about the Packers, huh, Pear Champ? Caden says maybe meet at a 12, and the snark indeed, the snark shark. I'm just making stuff up now. Parker says, hope my bets hit tonight. What you got on the slip there? I've seen your underdog account, and it's a pretty impressive balance you've got going there. I know you've kind of been on a heater. I'm curious, what have you got going tonight? I am not playing anything tonight. It's definitely not because I lost. I had $15 left, and I definitely didn't lose on it all yesterday. Definitely didn't happen. Matthew Stafford definitely didn't sell me on passing yards, but that's okay. I actually took a break from daily fantasy, gambling, whatever you want to call it, around this time last year, and I don't know that I'm going to play any more prize picks, at least until the next year. We'll see, though. We'll see. Pearchamp says, Packers could squeak in, but just want to see more of what Love can do and if it's consistent. Oh, I mean, absolutely. I think if you make the playoffs, that's icing on the cake. But regardless of if you sneak in or not, the way Jordan Love has played these past few weeks, I think that's very encouraging. And maybe you do, have something here. I'm not saying he's going to be Aaron Rodgers all over again, but maybe you have a legit starting quality quarterback that you can roll out there for a few years. Maybe he gets better, and maybe you can surround him with talent, and that's enough with this coaching staff. So we'll see. I'm also happy to have Kyren Williams return with glory. That's right. 35.4 fantasy points. I remember you saying that you had him in fantasy. How about Kyren Williams? Yeah, he went absolutely crazy against the Cardinals. I mean, the Rams in general just kind of went crazy against the Cardinals, but Kyren Williams, 143 rushing yards, also 2 receiving touchdowns. I believe the last game he played when he was fully healthy was also against the Cardinals, and man, how do the Rams keep doing this, right? It's like the Breaking Bad meme. It's like, he can't keep getting away with this. Like, they just trade all their first-round picks, and everyone's like, oh, it's over. They've got no future, no draft capital. They're not going to be able to build. Their team is old. And the Rams just say, you know what? F them picks. Not F them picks, F them first-round picks. Because here's the thing. The Rams still absolutely kill it in the late rounds of the draft. They found this dude in the 5th round in 2022. And he's been unbelievable for them. Puka Nacua coming out of nowhere. I mean, their rookie class in general has been great. They found a few great defenders. And again, you know what? We've stuck out with the Rams a little bit. I got really excited when they looked good week 1 against Seattle, and I thought, hey, healthy Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, maybe they are a playoff contender. I got really excited. Then they played the Niners close and the Bengals close. And then, they get to 500, and then, it kind of cools down a little bit. They get shellacked by the Cowboys. But we're staying the course here. 2 big divisional wins. And they're also back in the thick of it at 5-6. Why not the Rams? Why can't they sneak in? They're right there, man. They are right there. They've got some tough games coming up. But they could also be a team that gets to 9 wins, and that might be enough. They are right there. Why not the Rams? That was my bold early season prediction. As around this time, I said, you know what? This might actually be a playoff team, which was crazy. And maybe it won't happen, right? I mean, Browns-Ravens is tough, and you got the Niners at the end, but some winnable games in there. And even the Browns, down their quarterback, winnable game. But look at this draft class. I mean, Byron Young has been great, right? Puka Nacua, obviously. They do it every year, man. They don't need first-round picks. They find guys in other rounds. Pearchamp says, only problem with the Rams is how much gas does Stafford got left in the tank. Don't think Wentz will be as good as Stafford. Oh, yeah. I mean, if Stafford goes down again, it's over. He really is holding this team together a lot. I am a North Dakota man, but yeah, Carson Wentz ain't it at this point in his career. He's just not. But we'll see. They're a team to watch. That honestly, the Rams and the Packers are on my radar to take the Seahawks spot in the wild card race, and maybe we can pull up Seattle's schedule later. But they kind of needed this game, and they didn't get it. We'll see, man. We'll see. But enough about that, right? Let's get into this game at hand right here. Bears-Vikings, Monday Night Football. It's in Minneapolis. This has kind of been, I've said this to a few of my friends, Bears-Vikings, Monday Night Football has kind of been a cursed matchup a little bit over the years, especially in Chicago. Now, this one is in Minneapolis, but we've seen some comical games here in this series. Now, interestingly enough, the Vikings are actually on quite a bit of a win streak right now. I saw on ESPN. No, I don't want ad blocker. Sorry. I respect what you guys do, but I don't want ads. Whatever. Let's see what StatMuse has for us. But it is interesting and worth noting that the Vikings are actually on their longest win streak against the Bears since, I believe it was 1993 to 1996 or something like that. Since the 90s. They've won the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've won the last 5, but we have seen some insane results in here. I mean, I'll never forget Kirk's first year. Oh, man, this game was winning in. If the Vikings won, they got in the playoffs. They got absolutely humiliated. Next year, I believe this was week 4, just a disgusting game outdoors in the rain. This was the game where we already had the playoffs locked up, so we sat some guys. I believe Sean Mannion played this game, actually. But the Jordan Howard nightmare on Halloween, that was a Monday night game. Oh, my goodness. I vaguely remember this game. This was the Keenum. Oh, was this when we... Whatever. Duck, duck, gray duck, 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 goose. That was the debate from that game. But, yeah, crazy history between these two teams. Obviously, right, divisional rivalry. I got to say, as a Vikings fan, I'm a little scared about this game, just a little bit. I mean, it's the Vikings, so literally every game is going to be close, right? That's just how we're programmed. You know, prior to this game, we had the longest win streak in the NFL, and then we lost it to the team that we lost to, the Denver Broncos, who are quite good. I don't really think there's much shame in losing by 1 point to the Broncos in Denver. What's frustrating is the fashion in that we lost, because I feel like we outplayed them for like 50 of the 60 minutes. But I don't know. Fumbles, silly mistakes in the red zone. A bit of some scared play calling by KOC, who I love, but he kind of got outcoached in this game. Josh Dobbs was fine. This was kind of maybe a comeback to earth moment for Josh Dobbs a little bit. You kind of saw his limitations a little bit more in this game. Wasn't quite as good from the pocket. Was late on a few throws. Missed a few guys, you know. But he did show that escapability still. I mean, the 2 touchdowns that we scored were Dobbs creating, and that's what we've gotten, and that's been the upside of him. But we've seen the downside too. And, there's just missed opportunities. But again, Denver's a good team on the road. There's no shame in losing. For the Bears, man, they had the Lions in the trenches. You want to talk about a team that like outplayed their opponent for like 50 or 55 minutes. That's the Bears against the Lions, man. They had them beaten. They had them dead to rights, and they just couldn't finish it off. The Lions somehow clawed their way back into this one. But you want to talk about a quarterback that's been playing pretty well recently. It's Justin Fields. And I really wonder how he's going to fare against this Brian Flores defense. The Vikings are dressing only 3 cornerbacks for this game, 6 safeties. And that's kind of how it's going to be. We're going to see a lot of safeties rotating in and out. Some positionless football on the back end. A lot of blitzing. Maybe not as much as we've seen earlier on in the year. But I'm curious how Fields is going to fare. Fields has kind of carved up the Vikings with his legs before in the past. So I am interested. He didn't look too hot when he played. Granted, he didn't play the full game against us last time. I think he could be in line for a solid game. I am a little scared that Justin Fields goes off. And again, the Bears offense is starting to come together a little bit. The line is playing great. DJ Moore, they're getting the rock. The running game is coming along, and Fields is making them go. So I do think, again, with all the, Vikings keep it close jokes, I do believe this is going to be a close game. I'm going to go Vikings in a close one. I came up with this before going live. Give me Vikings 25, Bears 22. That's my pick. They're 3-point favorites, and I think that they're going to get it right on the nose, man. Vikings 25, Bears 22. A close one. We're going to sweat it out. All right, let's do the Skol chant, everyone. I'll get to y'all's questions and comments. I see them. Skol. 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 Let's go! Rah! Adrian Peterson sounding the Galler horn. I saw he was in the house today. I did not know he was going to be sounding the horn. That's crazy. Adrian Peterson sounding the Galler horn. And boom, here we go. Live from US Bank Stadium. It's Vikings and Bears, a Northern Division collision. Vikings in their throwbacks. And they're going to wrap up the return man before the 25. Here we freaking go. It is game time, and we'll see if this thing is ahead or not. I know it's always wonky with YouTube TV. We'll figure something out. Maybe I just won't peek at the screen. But Parker with his bets. We've got DJ Moore over 5.5 receptions, Ty Chandler over 30.5 rushing yards, and TJ Hawkinson higher 64.5 receiving yards. Not a bad slip right there. I could totally see it. I like that Ty Chandler pick. I like the way Ty Chandler's been running the rock. Ty Chandler RB1. That's my agenda. We'll see how they started off here. A little tight end screen to Cole Kmet. Nothing. 1 yard maybe. Oh, it's like right in sync. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But my sister just texted me, since when is AP uncanceled? I'll answer you in a second here, Emily. I mean, depends on who you ask. I don't know that AP was ever really canceled to begin with. Clearly, she's watching the game right now. It depends on who you ask. I mean, I certainly don't condone, violence on children. I don't know. He's controversial, I'll say. I don't know if he was ever canceled, though. 2nd and 9. Khalil Herbert. Good run. Oh, my goodness. All right. Close to the marker there. Come on, Brian. Have a plan for us, baby. The Vikings really haven't blitzed as much as some people think over these past few weeks. It's been a lot more of simulated pressure where they only rush 3, and maybe they rush 3 a little bit too much, but it works a lot of the times too, because that's what you're scared of every time you go up against this Vikings defense. Is similar to what we talked about with the Ravens on my last stream, right? It's, oh my gosh, who's going to blitz? It's just showing right now the Vikings blitzed on 72% of pass plays week 6 against the Bears. Here they are. They're going to load up the front. It wouldn't shock me if they rush 3. Nope, not this time. They actually blitz. Wide open DJ Moore, first down. That is the downside of blitzing in, those shorter to go situations. It kind of leaves the underneath stuff open a little bit more, and that's what we just got killed at. Justin Herbert tore us apart week 3. I mean, he was just destroying us with that. Quick processor, gets the ball out quick. Knew when the blitz was coming. He ate us alive. Best performance by QB so far this season against the Vikings was Justin Herbert, for sure. Fresh set of downs now for the Bears. That's better. Run up the middle for nothing. Pear Champ says, as the only 2 teams in the division without a ring, who would you say is more likely to get a ring next, Lions or Vikings? And that is a tough question because I think conventional wisdom might say Lions, right? I think they're certainly the better team right now. They have arguably a better young core. But if you're well-versed in Dr. Pigskin videos, I always offer this sort of forlorn warning of not for long in the NFL and how you need to seize the day when building a roster and how cores don't last forever. We'll watch Fields run around here. He's got a little bit too much time. That's a little scary. Good job by the defense to corral him there. Good job coverage back end. Got to be good because he had the ball there for a long time and couldn't find anyone. Now, I still might say Lions because I really like just their management in general. They've drafted so well. Brad Holmes has done an unbelievable job. Dan Campbell's instilled just A winning culture, as cliche as it sounds. It's something that we kind of see with the Eagles, too, a little bit. Winning culture, winning mindset absolutely matters, and it starts from the top down. I'll carry on after this 3rd and 5, but I think you could go either way, and maybe that's me being a Vikings fan, but I don't know. Fields got it away. Oh, he's going to fight for the extra yards. I think he got it. The ref is spotting him maybe just short here. Well, one of them is. One of them is standing a little bit closer. I think he got it. Yeah. First down. Good job by Komet there to just fight for the extra yard. Get that first down. You don't even want to entertain going for it on 4th down, right? The classic saying. You don't even want to entertain it. Cole Komet takes matters into his own legs right there. Matt Eberflus is like, yeah, that's a first down. Play clock running down here. 3 seconds. Another fresh set of downs for the Bears. And there's Komet. Man, Parker, maybe you should have took Komet for receptions. Going to him early and often. 3 catches already for him. Buying him there, but, it doesn't look like much, but it's 4 yards. That kind of keeps them on schedule. This has been a good drive so far for the Bears. But to go on your question a little bit more, Pear Champ, I will warn this about the Lions is just the team they have right now, it's not going to last forever. Realistically, their window is maybe a few years, and they're going to have to strike while the iron is hot at some point. Cam Bynum trying to rip the ball out there. There's DJ Moore again. Another 3rd down. Vikings have forced him into 3rd down a few times now, but it's all been 3rd and short. And, this Bears offense so far, just taking the easy yards. Gabe is in here. Welcome to the stream, Gabe. Asking, can you take me higher to a place where blind men can see? Where blind men see? I think I butchered the lyrics, but welcome back to the stream. And as I said earlier, we might have a little Creed sing-along if the Vikings win. But first, let's get a stop here on 3rd and 2. We're playing very far off the line. The corners are. Fields under duress. Uh-oh. This is what I'm worried about. Getting away. He's going to throw across his body. And he finds the open man. Is that the back that sneaked out? Roschon Johnson. And that, hey, Vikings fans, right? We've seen this now. We've been on the other end of the stick now. This is what mobile quarterbacks do, man. And hopefully Josh Dobbs can do some of this too. But my goodness. We have a free rusher. Fields should be dead to rights, but he just spins out. And someone is going to get open. They find Roschon. First down. Good drive so far for the Bears. There's some more pressure. Oh, he escapes again. Oh, my goodness. Justin Fields is on one right now. What are you supposed to do, man? It's easy. Sheldon Day, who I think just got promoted to the roster, right? Oh, he thought he had his debut sack right in his hands. Wins right away against his blocker. Fields just, whoop. All right, sweet. Man is open. The back again, just sneaking out. And the Vikings got killed by running backs on these underneath routes in that final drive against the Broncos. Although that was a lot of check down. That wasn't Russell Wilson out of structure necessarily. But they've been getting killed on this short stuff recently. But to offer a final answer to your question here, Pear Champ, I would say I might edge towards the Lions, but I think that they would need to maybe make an aggressive move or two to get there, because I don't think their defense is there, to be quite honest, and I'm still a little skeptical about Jared Goff. I don't know. He's good, but the Lions are not quite there yet, and they can't take too much longer to get there, if you know what I'm saying, because they're going to have to pay these guys. 2nd and 8. Another free rusher. Please bring him down this time. There we go. It's Ivan Pace, the undrafted rookie out of Cincinnati, with the sack. He's a dog. Fields goes down, and it's 3rd down. Oh, that was needed. Yes, force him into 3rd and long, finally. How about Ivan Pace? He's been like a starting quality player. I wouldn't call him a superstar by any means, but He makes big plays like that. He offers a little bit as a pass rusher. He's a bit undersized, but he plays well. What a find for the Vikings. A lot of experts were puzzled why Pace wasn't drafted. Vikings scooped him up right away. Here's third down, another free rusher. And Kmet is going to go nowhere. He's going to go backwards. Vikings defense stands up and will force a likely field goal here. It's 4th and 14. Good recovery by the Vikings defense right there. The Bears were marching there for a second, but they clamp up near the red zone. And they're kind of winning the line of scrimmage right now. That's like, what, the 3rd or 4th time I've said free rusher. The pressure is getting there. Fields has been able to escape. Not that time, though. Here we go. Cairo Santos, 48-yard field goal attempt. 99% chance he makes this. Oh, he missed. He missed. He missed. The jinx worked. The jinx worked. A kicker missed against the Vikings. It's unbelievable. Let's go. Oh, all right, offense. Got to capitalize here. Go down. Opening drive. Get some points. Make a statement. We get to watch the pastor not play football after the break. Let's freaking go. 0-0 after the first drive. Vikings defense clamps down, forces the attempt. Santos misses it. Strike while the iron is hot. Let's go. Gabe says he has 5 turnovers over the past 2 games. I'm assuming you're talking about Goff. 3 picks and 2 fumbles. Got to get things figured out. Yeah, I mean, it has not been a perfect stretch for the Lions here over these past few weeks. And I think, I hate to say it, I promise I'm not trying to be mean. I know I've got a few Lions fans that watch this channel. Hopefully Mile Marker can get in here later. But I think the Lions, unfortunately, might have shown their ceiling. And I'm not going to call them frauds because, hey, I've been called a fraud before, too, last year. And you know what? That's a hurtful word. That is the F word when it comes to football, right? No one wants to be called a fraud. I just think, and it's easy for me to say, right, because this is not my team that I'm talking about here. And I totally empathize with a Lions fan and wanting a Super Bowl. It depends really on what your expectations for the season are, right? If you're the Lions and you say, hey, if I tell you before the season, you guys are going to win the division, you're going to play some fun, awesome, exciting football, you're going to win the division, and you know what? You're going to get a home playoff game, and you'll win a home playoff game, right? That's a pretty sweet season for the Lions. It has been a long time since they've had a home playoff game. It's been a long time since they won the division, right? Pretty cool season. But I also understand it is frustrating. This is such a good team. This is the best team that the Lions have had in maybe a long time. And you're so hungry for a ring, right? You want that Super Bowl. I just don't think they're quite in that tier of Super Bowl contending teams. I'm not going to call them frauds, though. If they win like 11 or 12 games, that's legit. They just might not be the 49ers, Eagles, or Cowboys. And that's okay, right? Pear Champ said, what about a 99% chance? That is called the old reverse jinx right there. Although I said that, there is that stat that kickers never miss against the Vikings, but maybe that's changing. We'll see. Can you kick it wider? I love it. Oh, well, we better not miss a kick now because then don't give the Bears any ideas. But Gabe says, well, we might not even win a playoff game. I don't think we will win. If you dissect the lines right now, it doesn't look good. I don't know, man. You got to get the playoff win. I totally get that, and we'll see. I have a strange feeling that the Vikings and Lions might be meeting in the playoffs, which, oh boy, we'll see. All right, here we go. Dobbs going deep. First play of the game. Double coverage, Jordan Addison. And it's incomplete. That was nearly picked. Jordan Addison almost made a sick catch, but that was also almost intercepted. Wow. Josh Dobbs unleashing the hounds on the first play. Jordan Addison almost caught that ball. He had it initially. That was a great play by Eddie Jackson to rip it away. Then the ball's bouncing around. Looks like it might have hit the ground there. That was a heck of a play by Eddie Jackson right there. Jordan Addison had it. Dobbs actually placed that ball in a pretty good spot. And Addison with an unbelievable catch. Got to come back now here, though. Here's Ty Chandler. And he gets maybe a yard. Oh, man. Oh, man. But We'll see. Oh, we do have mile marker in here. Welcome to the stream. Just tuned in time to hear you. I appreciate that critique. It's true, and the original desire was to win a playoff game. I'd like that. I think that's a very realistic goal. I mean, I'm a level with y'all. Like, if the Lions and Vikings play in the playoffs in Detroit, I like Detroit's chances a lot in that game. I do think the Vikings pose an interesting matchup for the Lions. I do. There could be some talk about Vikings' strengths against Lions' weaknesses, but, well, as soon as I say that, play breaks down, sack, 3 and out. We got to worry about this game first, though, obviously. But let's watch this play back here. Is Montez Sweat with the sack? And I don't know. Not a whole lot doing right there. No one was really open. And Dobbs just maybe a beat late. Sweat does a good job to run him down. Wow. All right. So we try the deep shot on first down. Then we go run and sack. Not the perfect start to the game offensively, for sure. There's going to be a lot of scrutiny on Josh Dobbs to see how he plays. I think if Dobbs bounces back and plays well, whoo, what a big hit. Oh, my goodness. Najee Thompson, fan favorite, coming in to make the play. Shout out Luke Braun, Vikings podcaster. But 3 and out, not the greatest start. But yeah, a lot of eyes are going to be on Dobbs to see how he plays. I mean, I wouldn't even say he was bad against the Broncos, but you saw some of the limitations there. Absolutely. He's not quite as decisive with the football, right? He missed a few throws. He was not perfect. I would grade Dobbs at like maybe a C+ last week. But even then, he still showed some of his creation upside. But I was very high on Josh Dobbs after the Saints game. And I see Henry in here now. I'll talk to you in a second here. But yeah, I said in the group chat with Gabe and Henry, I was like, maybe the Vikings just stick with Josh Dobbs. We'll see. We'll see. I do love me some Josh Dobbs, though. No matter what happens, the Vikings could lose the rest of their games. They could lose out, go 6-11, I think the math is. Yeah, 6-11. Josh Dobbs will forever be a Vikings legend. But evening, doctor, how we doing? I'm doing well, Henry. How about you? I graduate soon. I've been counting down the days for that. It's coming up here in a few weeks. I'm quite excited. And some more personal news. I actually just applied to another job yesterday. Still have not heard back from Atlanta United yet. Hopefully at least hear something back soon, but we'll be monitoring the status of that job. But I did apply to be an NFL writer for Fansided today, so that's an exciting opportunity. It'd be a remote position, but I'd be writing articles online on Fansided, a website, and I'm sure they have an app too, but covering the NFL. So I think that'd be a really cool experience, really cool opportunity. So yeah. That's exciting, and I'll keep you guys posted with the status of that as well. And Gabe says, Lions can't stop anyone worth a Flemish man. I will take that as their secondary is struggling and very injured. All right, well, defensively, they kind of got picked apart for the first few sets of plays. Again, the Bears just ball control, staying on schedule. But then they clamp down, and again, the pressure's been there so far. We'll see if that can keep up. Man. Oh. Obviously, you wish Addison caught that ball, but couldn't really come back with anything after that. 3 and out. Here we go, defense. Let's bounce back right here. Henry says, graduation and hitting the market then? Excellent on both accounts. Thank you. Appreciate it. Or sorry, that was not Henry. That was mile marker. Fields is going to keep there. Big run, first down. Man, he's looking good so far. The way I have my phone angled right now, like I just see like the picture, and like since it's not like a close-up like face or something, like I know Pear Champ because I see the blue background. Caden and Parker, I've got the letters. Gabe has got his headshot. But every time I see like, I don't know, y'all's profile pictures look at least somewhat similar with the way I have my phone tilted on my table right now. All right. Fields is making it happen with his legs so far. Here we go. First read wasn't there. Oh, nice little dump off. Oh my goodness, he's got acres of space. Is that Roschon again? My goodness, 22-yard catch and run. Well, the game has begun. Here we go. Are they showing like miscommunication? I don't know why they showed that replay. But a good job by Fields there. You know, it wasn't there for him right away. Long developing play. All right, here we go. Come on, get him. Get him. Get him. Wrap him up. No, no, no. Come on, that's grounding. Was there a receiver in the area? I don't think it got back to the line of scrimmage. Josh Metellus was there to make the play. Let's see. Man, pocket collapsing again. Got to be careful there around the head. Fields is going down. He just like gives a little chest pass. Is there a receiver in the area? Oh. Well, Herbert's kind of like blocking. Did they just call it a sack maybe? Yeah, they called it a sack. Let's go, Josh Metellus. Mile marker with the quiet come on Bears. Hey, I respect it, right? Divisional rivalry here. Oh, it's too many men in the huddle. Vikings versus Saints 2009 moment. Oh, let's go. Not about the 2009 one, but about this one. But I totally respect it. Hey, a Bears win would help the Lions a lot here. The Vikings are hanging around there just a little bit. They're hanging around. Henry, with a good question. You might have talked about him earlier, but do you think Fields is the long-term future? Well, lucky for you, I have not talked about that yet. I've talked about Fields a little bit, how he's been playing a lot better recently. Let me think about that for a second here as Fields finds Kmet again. What is this, UGA versus Notre Dame 2019 all over again? Cole Kmet with like however many catches in that game. He went off in that game. Now we're watching him here dissect the Vikings. But a third down and long, 3rd down and 21 for Justin Fields. Questions looming, is he the future or not? Crowd is getting loud. The doctor is thinking. And it's tough because, like, you're running out of time, right? You got to know soon if he's the guy or not. I'm leaning more towards yes, though, based off how he's played recently and how actually kind of good the offense has looked for the Bears. I'm leaning towards yes. I'm starting to see the vision. Vikings rush 3. He's just going to dump it off. Let's please tackle Roschon Johnson. There we go. All right. There's a 99% chance he makes this kick, right? There's a 99% chance. We'll dive into Fields a little bit deeper here during the commercial break. We're going to watch this kick here first. Fields, by the way, is 11 for 11 right now for only 76 yards. But, man, he's taking what the defense is getting him, and the Bears are going to go for it. Part of me respects it. Maybe you don't trust your kicker from this long of a range. Try and get 10 yards. We'll see if they actually go or not. Yeah, they are going to go. Here comes the blitz. Come on. Get him. Get him. Get him. Oh, my gosh. That's a killer. Cole Kmet still going. Vikings bring the house, and Justin Fields stays calm and collected and finds a bare-naked Cole Kmet. And that has got to be one of the quickest first quarters I think I've ever seen. How is it already the second quarter? We've run 3 plays! We've run 3 plays, and it's the second quarter! I feel like I'm watching the September Vikings again, and that's kind of how I described their loss last week. That was a September Vikings loss. Just silly. Absolutely silly. Goodness gracious, good gravy almighty. 0-0, but it doesn't feel like it, to be honest. It feels like the Bears are winning right now. They are dominating time of possession. They just picked up a 4th and 10. The blitz couldn't get there that time. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Right there, the blitz speared us in the chest. Can we recover? Can we maybe force a field goal? Or maybe they, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But Justin Fields, is he the answer in Chicago? Now let me look up his contract situation here too. Because I believe he has one more year, right? But there's also the 5th-year option that they have to make a decision on. Yeah, so nope. 3rd year of his deal, right? He'll have the last year of his rookie deal, then a 5th-year option, and then he'll hit free agency, assuming that they pick up the option, which they probably should, in 2026. That is kind of the benefit. Now, the Bears will probably get the 1st overall pick because they have the Panthers pick, right? And it might be tempting to go quarterback. But, oh, man. I mean, I don't know. I do like Caleb Williams and Drake May a lot. I think there's been this weird almost overcorrection now where people are like, well, actually, Caleb Williams is bad, and here's why he's Zach Wilson. It's like, no, I would not say that. I think if you're the Bears, though, right, you're going to have a high pick from the Panthers. You're going to have another high pick. You could trade down for a team that wants to sell the farm for Caleb, and you could just keep loading up with Justin Fields. He'll have another year of his rookie deal, and then even the 5th-year option, he'll still be fairly cheap. If you're the Bears, you might want to try and shoot to compete in 2025 when Fields is still, relatively inexpensive. I think that might be the route they go, and I don't know that I'd blame them. I'm not sure that they should take a quarterback. I think Fields is good enough, and if you really surround him with a lot of talent, which they've put themselves in the position to do with their cap space and their draft capital, I think I might have talked myself into pick up his 5th-year option, and, I mean, by then you'll know for sure, right? But you can try and make a mini window here in 2024 and 2025. That might be what I do, personally. Here we go. Let's see how the Vikings handle this drive right here. They're in the red zone. Dangerous. All right, toss to Roschon. Good blocking. Roschon churning ahead inside the 10. The Bears are coming, man. Those toss plays have been killing us so far. There's Luke Getsy, Bears offensive coordinator. Came over from the Packers, actually. Fun fact. I think he also has ties with the Vikings. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'd have to look into that. But I remember looking into the coaching staff once Eberflus got hired. It's like, who is he bringing with him? All right, 2nd and 4. They are knocking on the door here, man. They might punch it in here soon. Fields is going to keep. He's rolling, out of bounds. All right, 3rd down and 4. I don't know if this is 4-down territory or not. I mean, they went for it on 4th and 10. Now, obviously, it's a much more makeable kick. Would you take the 3 here? Let's say it's an incomplete pass. Let's say it's 4th and 4. Would you take the 3? I don't know, man. I might. But but we'll see if they even need to entertain it. Send the back in motion. Swing it out. Is someone going to make a tackle? Good effort right there. Movie! It's Cam Bynum leading the charge. Good play by Cam Bynum. Oh, I love him. I might have to get a Cam Bynum jersey, a Cam Bynum throwback. He's been a baller this year. And it looks like they are going to take the 3 here. That is a decent win for the defense. Now, that 4th and 10 was just a backbreaker, right? Just a backbreaker. But you held them to 3. Now your offense can maybe get the ball for a little bit. Let's put together a long drive of our own here. Santos punches this one through. 3-0. 13:35 left here in the 2nd quarter. Not an ideal start for the Vikings. There's beautiful downtown Minneapolis. Let's see if the Vikings can string together a drive here. Let's get a few first downs. Let's run more than 3 plays. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Mile marker says take the 3. They listened to you. They did take the 3. Sometimes it's fun to just go for it all the time, right? I mean, hey, you would know, right? Lions. And it's tough. I think they were 0 for 5 on 4th down. I mean, it's just unfortunate. I like going for it on 4th down quite a bit, actually. And, sometimes I bemoan analytics, and they're not perfect by any means. But it is interesting to see, I don't know, the rationale behind, well, if you go for it, that increases your chances of winning versus it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe a good video one day. Caden says, I don't watch college football, but I feel like I remember Williams being talked about as a generational talent. Now we're talking about keeping Fields over him. It's interesting to watch the downfall in terms of Caleb's value. Is there a world where they trade Fields? That's a decent point, too, to be honest. Maybe they really do like Caleb over Fields, and they trade Fields. It's tough. I think Caleb Williams, the word generational gets thrown out a lot. And there have been times where I've been like, oh, man, Caleb Williams, right? As unfair as this might be, I almost feel like his stock fell a little bit from this season. Like, I honestly think that he would have been regarded as, like, he would have been a more regarded prospect if he just came out into the draft last year. I honestly think he would have been the first overall pick over Young and Stroud. Not saying he would have been better than Stroud, who has just been on one this year. I mean, he has been unbelievable. But, some of it is his team is not done as well. And, he's had he's had good games. There's some concerns about him making plays in structure. He obviously does a lot out of structure. I think he still is good in structure. You just don't see those plays in highlight films, right? You're not going to see like a Caleb Williams mixtape where he's hitting like an 8-yard dig route over the middle of the field, But he definitely has the ability to do that. I honestly think his ceiling is like prime Russell Wilson. And, Russell Wilson has maybe been much maligned recently, but like prime Russell Wilson was like a top 5, maybe even 3 quarterback in his peak with Seattle. I mean, he was nice, and they have similar enough play styles. I think that is like Caleb's ceiling. I don't think his ceiling is like Patrick Mahomes. Who knows? Maybe it is. I mean, maybe he could get to that level. But I think a more realistic projection, if everything goes right, he sort of is like prime Russ. I don't know, but like drafting is such a crapshoot. The reason I might gravitate towards Fields is you've seen him in this offense now. He knows this team. He knows the offense. Like Fields' ability, and it still is so tough to just get a full read on him. But I mean, there's a chance that Williams busts, and then you're back at square one. So you just never know. But let Caden cook, says Gabe. And Henry says, I think Williams is a better prospect than Fields, but getting someone like Marvin Harrison Jr. and just building a roster around Justin seems like the right move to me. Yeah, I mean, and depending on how many more games the Bears lose, I mean, we'll watch Josh Dobbs here roll out. Play action boot. Dobbs is going to take it himself and slide. And you know what? A positive play on first down is a positive sight to me. But, I mean, yeah, I think if you get another receiver to complement DJ Moore and then maybe you get a piece on defense, I think that might be more beneficial than Caleb Williams and just swapping him out for Justin Fields. And maybe you get a good return for Fields, but I don't know. It is an interesting debate, though. The discourse is going to be crazy around draft season. I'll say that. Here's Madison on second down. Madison running nice. All right. First down. Hey, it's a first down. First down of the game for the Vikings. Skol. Let's go. And now Josh Dobbs is doing the Kirk, and he's covering his ears. Maybe it's – well, I mean, I know, like, all quarterbacks do it, obviously. I just thought it was so funny when Kirk would do it. Gabe says, good slide. That was a good slide. That's a winning quarterback slide right there. Looks like we're changing something up here at the line. CJ Ham in the game. He's going to be the lead blocker, and, man, there were 2 guys on one right there. Ham can't block both of them at once. Edmonds in the backfield. Loss of 2. Negative running play on a fresh set of downs. Let's watch Edmonds here. Just flowing in the direction of the run. He's just going downhill. There's a massive gap. He ran it all the way. No one there to block him. And it's not even Ham's fault, right? He's supposed to be blocking Brisker right there. He can't block both guys at once. Bears just had a good defense dialed up right there. That's a win for Eberflus. Good run fit. 2nd and 12 now. We're behind the chains. Dobbs, high arcing pass, and it's picked. Uh-oh, here we go. Is that Jalen Johnson? And he's still on his feet. Down he goes. Inside Viking territory. Is this the beginning of the end of the fairy tale? Is this all we get? Is all we get a 2-game Linsanity run? There's a flag down on the field. He floated that thing, man. That was like, oh, man. That thing hung in the air. We'll see about the flag. Unsportsmanlike conduct by the Bears after the play. That's a 15-yarder. Oh, man. All right. Well, that helps field positioning, I guess. But goodness gracious, let's watch this back here. I'm curious to see what Dobbs saw here. It's just a high-low concept. The read is Addison. He just floats it. Johnson saw it, and it just wasn't a good enough throw. I mean, you have to rocket that thing in there if you're going to make that high throw. That's the design, right? High-low. Addison goes high. You have Powell going low. You try and make the defender choose. And if you're going to go the high route, you gotta put some sauce on it. Maybe that's a throw that Kirk makes. Again, we'll see how they're just elaborating the penalty. We've seen the upside of Dobbs or a mobile quarterback over Kirk, but now we've seen the downside is, Kirk might have actually hit that throw. It is a high-level throw. But he might have hit that one. Henry says, oh, no, yeah. It's unfortunate, man. And I love Josh Dobbs so much. And it's a very early game. It's 3-0, right? But yeesh. 0 for 2 with a pick. Not an ideal start for the passing game. Maybe. Well, we'll see. I don't want to speak too soon. If this game goes poorly, maybe this is where we see Dobbs turn into a pumpkin a little bit. We'll see. A little Cinderella reference. But the defense can really make their mark right here. The Bears are now out of field goal range, right? A 3-and-out would do wonders on me right now. Come on, Brian. Cook it up. We've got another flag down. Please don't be on us. Oh, okay. Man downfield. Decline it. Yeah. Just take the loss of down. 2nd down. Also, I got a Slack for one of my classes that I'll probably just check during a commercial break, but I still have to respond to my sister, too. Sorry, Emily. I did not mean to leave you on red here. I know you're not watching this, but I will respond to you. I don't know that the whole AP being canceled. Oh, now we've got another flag. Is that a false start? Chalk one up for the crowd. All right. Here we go. The bank is rocking. Darnell Wright, the rookie, who's having a great year, by the way. This offensive line is coming together for the Bears. Again, maybe another reason why I say stick with Fields, and again, when I say diet, I really mean diet. I can see the vision of the Bears becoming a diet version of the Eagles, where Justin Fields is their Jalen Hurts. They load up in the trenches. They get some sick wide receivers. I could see that vision a little bit. You could try and pull that off with Fields. Big hits. Byron Murphy, good tackle. I love the way Byron Murphy plays, man. I love corners that aren't afraid to tackle. Coming up right there. Big play. Now it's 3rd and 14. Clack, clack, clack. Just the noise of anxiety. Unfortunately, it's been the sight of anxiety so far, and we've been dropping back to pass. But Byron Murphy, big stop. All right, 3rd down and 14. Let's keep them in Chicago territory. Let's make a play here, defense. 3-man front. We're going to rush 3. Everyone dropped back. Fields has all day. That's the downside. He's going to set his feet and fire. Oh, my goodness. Josh Metellus with a murder attempt on Darnell Mooney. Mooney tried to one-hand it. Wouldn't be the first time he had a crazy catch against the Vikings. 4th and 14. Vikings defense with a monumental stop. Dangerous hit right there. Again, it's hard to tell these guys to just not do that, right? You got to be careful though. Right? Mooney's going for that. Scary hit. But you know what? Oh, and it's Metellus that gets shaken up. Hopefully he's doing okay. Absolute baller, man. Love me some Josh Metellus. But you know what, Kareem Jackson? Watch that. Watch how he didn't lead with the crown of his head. Maybe you could learn something from that, huh? That's crazy. There are Broncos players, and I get you have to defend your teammate, but they're like, rah, 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 rah. It's like, dude, he speared him. This is not David's NFL. You can't just spear a guy. But mile marker, no points on the turnover, absolutely. The big, right? Big win from this defense. Defense has come to play so far. Big stop right there. Whew, punt nearly blocked. Got to be careful. Punter went down right there. There's a flag. Please be running into. Not roughing. Running into. He ran into him. He didn't rough him. Oh, he's smiling. Oh, wipe that grin off your face. It's like dead silent right now. Ah! Yeah, you thought you pulled a fast one, didn't you, Bears punter? That man's smiling. You're like, eh. Oh, man, that was scary, though. All right, Josh. Drive number 3. I know you can do better, man. I know you've got it in you. They say you're cooked 15. They say it's over 15. They say your Linsanity run is done 15. How will you respond 15? Come on, Josh. Joshua, the Pastronaut. Since when is AP uncanceled? Oh, here's a good question from Henry. Don't know how we haven't talked about this yet. Probably the news of the day so far. We've got another coach going down. Frank Reich fired by the Panthers 11 games in. Here's a fun fact. How about this? Here's a little question that I'll answer right away because the way that I frame it, like it's pretty obvious what the answer is because it's the shocking one. Who lasted longer? Urban Meyer with the Jaguars or Frank Reich with the Panthers? The correct answer is Urban Meyer with the Jaguars. Urban Meyer lasted 13 games. Frank Reich lasted 11. He's done. He's done. I feel bad for him, to be honest. I mean, we talked about this some, like maybe a month and a half ago, that press conference where he just looked forlorn, talking about how ownership is more or less meddling with the team, right? He wanted C.J. Stroud. Ownership wanted Bryce Young. They draft Bryce Young. C.J. Stroud has been awesome, right? The Panthers don't have their first-round pick now. They're terrible. They have one win, and they've just been, like, borderline unwatchable. It has been bad. They are just an ugly team. This is a truly putrid, awful team. And I don't blame, I don't even want to say I don't blame them for firing Frank Reich because I don't know. It's clear he wasn't going to be able to do anything to help this team. The offense was ugly. He gave up play calling duties early on in the year, which was kind of a red flag because that's kind of the reason why you hired him was he's an offensive guy. He calls the plays. It worked great in Indianapolis, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. I think if I'm Frank Reich, maybe I'm taking a year off from football and I'm just going to chill and relax and maybe reinvent myself a little bit because that man has had to work with Jim Irsay and now David Tepper, and I cannot imagine the stress that puts on a man. But we can talk about that more in a little bit. But first, here's 1st and 10 for the Vikings. And a nice little run by Ty Chandler squeezing through the hole. Henry says David Tepper is turning out to be a toxic owner. Oh, I know. As like a quasi-Panthers fan, not actually, but like as someone that has always enjoyed Panthers football, he's been terrible. He's been an awful owner. He's ruining the organization. I think if there's one change that the Panthers should make to save their organization, it's get rid of him. But I don't know how you get rid of the owner, you know? The owner can't fire himself. Flag on the play there. Like Gervon Dexter in the backfield. Maybe it's on him. It was incomplete. Roughing the passer. Wow, okay. Looking for Addison there. Or Jervon. Sorry, Mr. Dexter, for mispronouncing your first name. Apologies about that. Henry says, I feel like the whole Panthers trade up for Bryce Young was all Tepper's idea. Would not shock me one bit. And it, as an NFL team, having an owner that meddles stinks. Having an owner that meddles and doesn't know what they're doing is just awful. That's one thing I like the Wilfs for, is they're not going to be like, oh, trade up for this guy, The Wilfs aren't perfect as owners, but they do a decent job of staying out of it at least. They just want the team to be competitive. KJ Osborne, nothing. Man, there's just not anything going in this passing offense right now. Also, I don't think I've seen TJ Hawkinson targeted once, which he's been the go-to guy with Dobbs out there. Is he even on the field right now? I know he's been dealing with injuries, but there's Addison at least. Man, they're just there right away, though. Addison is a guy who's seen his production drop off without Kirk. I mean, Addison and Kirk work well because Addison is so good at those timing routes, right? He's more of a slot guy. You can line him up outside too, but, he and Kirk were working really well together. He's dropped off a little bit with Dobbs coming in. They don't quite have that connection. Dobbs has been going to TJ Hawkinson and Brandon Powell a lot. There's TJ in the slot. Dobbs with a little bit of time. He's got to get the ball off. That's a wobbler out of reach of TJ. There is a flag down. Man. We'll see what this is about. They're in the secondary, which maybe is a decent sign. We'll see. But that was just out of the reach of TJ right there. Tried to go up for it. And again, just like a floating, wobbly pass. Eberflus looks confused. Holding defense, right? Okay, before the pass. That's a little dog whistle right there. Oh, and illegal contact. All right, that's a first down. Shoot. We'll take it. We will take it. So we had Eddie Jackson going up against TJ in the slot. They got him right there. Yeah, that's legit. And then they also got one on KJ Osborne. Yeah. Some grabbing. But, man, we've kind of needed those penalties to, move the ball so far. Play action. Dobbs, time again. CJ Ham lit up immediately. There's just nothing going downfield right now. It's checkdowns and swing passes out to, CJ Ham and quick little pop routes to Jordan Addison where he gets hit right away. We did try the deep shot first play of the game, I will say. Respect for that, but man, again, maybe kind of missing Justin Jefferson a little bit right now. It's kind of weird. He hasn't played in so long. I almost forget he's on the team sometimes. But he's coming. He's coming. End around to Powell. Ooh, good job to make the man miss. That was a play that was doomed, but we get 2 yards because Powell is fast. That should have been a loss of 2, but it's a gain of 2. That would be a positively graded play right there for Powell. He would earn a helmet sticker for that one. If the Vikings pick up this third down and go on to score, remember that play right there. 3rd and 4 is a heck of a lot better than 3rd and 8. Remember that play. See a few comments from Henry. We'll tackle those in a sec. One of them I'm dreading. Dobbs from the pocket. Addison dropped it and it's picked. Off his hands. It was off his hands. KOC looks distraught. I'm distraught. And he's mocking the skull chant. That never ends well. I'm just going to warn you right now, Mr. Brisker. That never ends well. Go ask Sean Payton. Bring it on. Go ahead. Shush the crowd while you're up 3-0. Addison had it. Addison had it, man. That one's on Addison. That one's not on Dobbs. Clean pocket. He finds the open man, and Addison just needs to catch the football. And again, the turnovers. That has been the story of the season for this team when they lose. It's the turnover battle. They just get killed by these mind-numbingly dumb turnovers. And, like, it's stuff like that where the ball bounces off their hands right into the defenders or just silly little fumbles. And I never want to call turnovers bad luck or unlucky. People say, oh, the Vikings have bad turnover luck. No, that's just sloppy football. You can't turn the, like in the case of last week, you can't turn the ball over 3 times and expect to win the game. We've turned the ball over here twice now already. We're in the last game and a half about now, counting this game and last game, the Vikings are down 5-0 in the turnover battle. You just can't win games doing that. Oh my goodness gracious. Just silly, man. And Addison has been he's been so good this year, but again, bit of a drop off now without Dobbs. It's been a while since he's had a big game. And a killer drop right there. All right, defense, you got to do the job again. It's just been a sloppy first half on offense. But we'll check chat here. Henry says, never forget the doctor picking the Panthers to win the South. I will always defend that decision till my grave. Obviously, it aged horribly. They're the worst team in the NFL. I mean, they have 1 win, and we're almost in December. It has gone terribly. However, I thought I saw the vision with that team. I thought they had a killer defense. I did not think that their offensive line was going to fall off like that. I thought that Frank Reich would bring a nice little running game to them, right? I thought Miles Sanders wasn't going to be mid, especially behind a good offensive line. And I thought Bryce Young wouldn't be amazing, but his playmaking ability would give him a high enough floor combined with just how smart of a quarterback, how polished he looked coming out of Alabama. I thought he'd have a high enough floor that they could get to 9 wins on the back of a sick defense, good running game, Bryce Young being competent. It just didn't work out. Like, literally none of those things happened. Yeah, I acknowledge, like, I was pulling it from deep. It is unfortunate. I went, like, 0 for 3 on all of those things happening. If those things would have happened, yeah, I think they could have won the South. But, unfortunately, they just were not as good of a team as I thought they could be. It is tough. Now, here's DJ Moore getting a first down. Just fighting forward. Man. But yeah, that was tough. You were right, man. You literally called it. You said, Eric, I'm sorry. This might be your worst take. Yeah, it was. Oh, man. Also, completely forgot the Bears got Montez Sweat. Still a confusing deal to me. Yeah, I think part of the rationale for the Bears is like, okay, you're just getting a really good player, right? If Montez Sweat was available in the draft, would you take him in the 2nd round? Heck yeah, absolutely. But they're going to have to pay him. I mean, they did pay him. They just extended him. And it's like, maybe you're not quite ready to be buyers yet. I can almost see the vision with the Bears. What I don't get is the Commanders dealing both of their edge guys. And maybe dealing Sweat I could get. I do not understand trading Chase Young for a 3rd. That, to me, made no sense. It was confusing how they traded both. But not a bad move for the Bears so far. And, I mean, hey, they needed it. They needed it. Oh, man. Henry with the we scoring all night. Well, unfortunately, we have not scored yet tonight. And Mile Marker says, oh, I'll remember. There we go. That's better. 3rd down and long. Come on, defense. Come on, Brian. Save us again. Please, Brian Flores. If you hear me, Brian Flores, please save me, Brian Flores. If you know, you know. Oh, man. Come on. Come on, defense. Yeah, let's get loud, crowd. Come on. Play clock running out. They'll get the snap off in time. They rush 4. Pressure gets there. Incomplete. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you, defense. Hey, offense. I've got a fun little challenge for us. It's called the Don't Get Shut Out by the Bears in the First Half Challenge. Can we please score? That would be cool. Just couldn't quite hit him right there. I mean, yeah, he had an open DJ Moore, but that's a tough throw under duress. I mean, like, maybe, like, Josh Allen rips it and makes that throw, but Powell's going to field this one. He's got blockers. Good return for Brandon Powell. All right, come on. Here we go. Here we go. Game has started now. The game has officially started. We've begun from US Bank Stadium. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Good to see you all in here. We've got Vikings and Bears coming up. Should be a fun game. I'm excited for it to kick off right here. I think the Vikings are going to start with the ball first. Let's see what happens. I think I read somewhere that, like, the Vikings were going to be nice and give the Bears a 3-point head start to make it a little more competitive, because Josh Dobbs is just that good. So we'll see. Surely it'll happen now, right? Stay hydrated. Wow, I cannot speak. Stay hydrated, everyone, in chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the game right now. Don't forget to have some water. I'm indulging in some water. I've been talking a lot. Lord knows I need it. Oh, that's good stuff. Water. Good drink. My drink of choice. I thoroughly enjoy water. What do you do here, man? I feel like we've been trying to get Addison involved, right? We've been targeting him a few times. I'd like to see TJ Hawkinson here. I mean, is TJ Hawkinson, like, I know he's been dealing with injuries, but I don't think he was on the injury report or anything. He's been out there. Poor Parker, his bet's not looking too hot right now. But I don't know. I'd like to see us maybe get TJ involved here on this next drive. I suppose we targeted him on that penalty, but the play technically doesn't count because of a penalty. But Mile Marker says, when are your finals? Well, I actually only have one final, as in like a final exam. And that is on December 12th, which I believe is a Tuesday. But that's the only actual test I have for finals. I have had a few projects due in some of my classes. I've got a final project in my narrative nonfiction class due on December 6th, which is next Wednesday. So I need to wrap that up a little bit. I already got my final projects done for my sustainability capstone class, which, oh man, that had me in the trenches. Woo-hoo, that was tough. That was some tough sledding, but we got them done. We're just doing our show tomorrow, which we put together some video packages, and then we're going to do like a special features news style show. So that's like another final project that I have. And then I have a final project that actually deals with the Green Bay Packers for my sport policy and governance class, where I'm writing a 5-page paper on the Green Bay Packers ownership model, right? How they're publicly owned, kind of. And I'm giving a presentation on that on Thursday. So the paper and the presentation are due on Thursday. I'm actually quite excited for that. I might drop the link for my paper once it's done. I've had a lot of fun making that one, which is ironic because I'm a Vikings fan, but I respect the way the Packers do business. I'd like to respect the way the Vikings do business here on offense, though. 2nd and 10. Another just nothing play on first down. There's Addison holding on to the ball. Addison breaking away. First down and more. And it's a positive play through the air for the Vikings. Jordan Addison breaking a tackle after the catch. Good bounce back right there after the drop. And the Vikings have a slight pulse on offense. Good throw by Dobbs, too, leading him back to his spot. That's a more of a Kirkian type throw there by Dobbs. Look at that. 5 targets for Addison, only 2 catches. We've been trying to get him the rock. And Parker says, don't worry, the Vikings are making me drink. Midwest moment right there. Oh, his knee was down. No. Wow. Game of inches. Golly. Goodness gracious almighty. Henry with another great question. When do you think the next Dr. Pigskin video is dropping? So in my last stream, I gave a sneak preview, at least a little bit. I showed my Premiere Pro timeline, and I've actually got a little bit more done over break. This one has been a doozy to make, and it's been hard to balance with school and work, and also just sometimes I don't even want to say perfectionist, but like I have put a lot into this video. The goal is always changing. I do think a realistic goal, though, is like it will be out probably within the next month, which sounds like a long time, but I promise you I've been chipping away at it. It honestly is like mostly done. And I'm going to get my oil changed on Wednesday at Stone Mountain. As Dobbs will, goodness gracious, that was nearly intercepted. Dobbs is frustrated. I mean, that was a pick six right there, in and out of the hands of Jalen Johnson. Man, yeah, Johnson just jumped around. Hey, they listened to me, man. They heard me talk about they heard me talk about get TJ involved. Look at Justin Fields jumping up and down. Oh, he should have had it. Yeah, I mean it was right there. But no, you know what? I'm a man of the people. I'm gonna show you my Premiere Pro timeline again here. I'll show you what I've been working on. There's a few surprises that I don't want to give away here. So I'll be selective on what I show on my screen. I'm not gonna play anything, but I'll show you my process here. I'll show you my vision. But yeah, the NFL's meta. I promise it's coming soon. I know it's been a while. Again, I feel so bad like every time I say like, oh, it's coming, then it doesn't come. Because I recognize, like at the end of the day, like the videos, that's what like is the bread and butter of this channel. But, and also Mile Marker is saying maybe a brief video on the Packers ownership. People are curious about it. Honestly, I could get down with that. And, I've already done a lot of the initial research on that. Maybe that would be a good one. That could be fun. But let's see. It might pop up to a spot. No, okay, good. But here's my Premiere Pro timeline, right? So here's the progress that I've made, right? So what I'm doing right now is I'm like filling in clips. I've been going through just a stupid amount of film, right? And I've been making graphics. And the yellow that you see up here, right? Well, so okay, this green stuff right here, these are the voiceovers, right? So this is where I'm talking. So I need to find video for all the voiceovers, and then there'll be like shots of me at my desk talking, right? I mean, you guys know how these videos work, obviously, right? The yellow means that I have like the visual part filled in, like I have video or picture for it, right? So, and this part is a gap because I just need to fix a few things. It's just a minor little fix, but this probably won't even be as long as it is. But I need this whole line right here to be yellow. I'm getting pretty close, to be honest, right up to here. I need it to all be yellow. We are really getting there, man. And again, this gap here won't be as big, so I'll just scrub through it here quickly. But yeah, I mean, we've been putting in work, looking at film and charts and stuff. I'm careful not to scrub right here because there's a funny surprise here that I'm gonna keep under wraps. But yeah, that's the progress on the video. This is my Premiere Pro timeline. We've got folders for all the different sections so I can stay organized. You might get a little teaser on the different components of this video, but yeah, that is what I will give you guys for right now. Little teaser, the Premiere Pro timeline, seeing my process. Yes, doctor in the lab, and he will be back in the lab on Wednesday. I have to drive out to Stone Mountain to get my oil changed because if you do it at a Volkswagen dealership, you get it for free. And sorry, DJ Moore just broke off a big catch and run for 22 yards. But Stone Mountain is the closest Volkswagen dealership, and so I'm going back out there on Wednesday, and you know how oil changes work. It'll be a few hours, so I'm going to bring my laptop and hopefully maybe crank this sucker out here. And after this week especially, right? This week is like the last busy week I have of school. I don't know, man. Maybe I could get it out before I graduate. We'll see. But I am going to be in the lab. Absolutely. I am very excited for this one. And you know what? Mile Marker, that Packer video. Oh! DJ Wanham nearly had a pick six of his own. Man. He was there. He just he probably wasn't ready to try and catch the ball. He just wanted to swat it out. He didn't think it was going to go right at him. That could have been a game-changing play right there. But yeah, that Packers video, I kind of like that idea. I'm sure I could do something with that. All right, 2nd and 10. Dump off to DJ Moore. Wrap him up. Yes, behind the line. There you go. Drive him back. Troy Dye showing some fight. Not too much fight, though. Don't get flagged. Please. All right, chill. I know we're fired up here. Out here clapping. 3rd down. Here we go. It's 3rd down. Come on. Oh, man. Crowd getting loud. They were 3 for 3 on 3rd down to start off. Now 0 and 5 cents. Good graphic, ESPN. Here we go. All sorts of time for Fields. Clean pocket. He's moving around. Now he's stumbling. He escapes. He's still going. He's going to take off and get not much. All right. Defense stays strong again. Brian Flores and the boys have come to play. Can the offense please get a score before halftime? I don't even care if it's a measly field goal. I'm begging for points right now. Points for the needy, please. Points for the needy. Here comes the punter, Gil. Oh, Gil. More like Gil from Finding Nemo. Anyways, 2-minute warning. Mile Marker says, they say write what you know, so harvest some brief videos from your various papers and projects. Not a bad idea. I like it. Write what you know. That's solid. But yeah, I am very excited to share that. And also, well, I might keep that a surprise. We'll see. I like building up suspense a little bit, but let's just say I've got some more stuff in store too. 2024 is going to be the year of the doctor. That's what I'll say. 2024, the doctor is going to go crazy. 2023 was a good year, though, for the doctor, I will say. It has been a great year. It's hard to believe. Like, Dr. Pigskin, this channel is less than a year old, but the birth of Dr. Pigskin was over a year ago now. It's crazy. But I've got some fun stuff up my sleeve for 2024. Yeah, it's going to be good. But yeah, that's that. I'm excited for life after graduation, right? I'm hoping instead of school, work, and Dr. Pigskin, it could just be work and Dr. Pigskin that I can pour my energy into. So that'll be good. But yeah. 2-minute warning. Vikings are about to get the ball back here. Josh Dobbs has 13 passing yards, and it's almost halftime. How many yards do the Vikings have as a team? It cannot be more than 30. Yeah, we have math is so hard, man. 19 plus 13 is 20 plus 12, 32. The Vikings have 32 yards of offense right now. Yeah, that's not great. How have these drives been looking, right? It's been 3 and out, pick, 3 and out. Just awful. Not good. Trenton Gill, that's the name of the punter. I've got my eyes on you, Trenton. I don't trust you after your little smile. That was a good punt. Oh, he heard me talking smack. Oh, it goes into the end zone. Oh, thank you, Joe Buck. The Bears have 6 times as many yards as the Vikings. It's right. He's right. We do. All right, here we go. Man, this feels like the first half of the Colts game last year, except we're down 3-0. But we've just played so bad. There's no way. We'll see. We'll see how this drive goes here, but we just got to get to halftime, man. Get some points, obviously. Chandler bobbling the pitch there even, and just like a 1 yard gain. Oh, boy. Jalen Johnson has been a problem so far. Look at him. He gets a little cut up right there. Yeah, he just drifted back. He read that high-low concept. Again, maybe Kirk makes that throw, but that would have been that's just a good play. And then he nearly has the pick on TJ, and he knew it. He knew he should have had that. 2nd down and 9. We're getting our formation right there. Had to move around a little bit. Dobbs with time. He's going to air it out again. Oh! What a catch by Brandon Powell. Oh, my goodness. Signs of life. Also, why are we not calling a timeout here if the clock is running? I get, like, we don't want to leave too much time for the Bears, but we need some sort of sense of urgency here. We're just, like, walking up to the line. There we go. Now we get the snap off. A lot of time coming off the clock, though. Over the middle, there's Osborne, and my goodness, we've already, like, doubled our offensive output. Hang on, everyone. Here comes the Vikings. We've got some first downs. Joe Strick is back in here. Bears suck so much that they can't take advantage of this at all. Yeah, first of all, welcome to the stream, Joe. Good to have you back in here. Yeah, the Bears could be up like 17-0 right now, but I don't know. They have not gotten much going on offense. They have not been able to take advantage of these turnovers. And really, their best drive offensively was their first one, at least the best looking one, and they missed a field goal. Yeah, at the bare minimum, they could at least be up 6-0. They're letting the Vikings hang around here. And you never want to let the Vikings hang around, do you? Not with Josh Dobbs magic. He's just getting all his bad plays out right now, right? He's just being a nice guy and giving him a chance. Dobbs, clean pocket, airing it out again. TJ can't make the catch. That was tough coverage. Crowd wants a flag, and they get one. That would have been, like, impossible for TJ to catch. Kyler Gordon didn't really turn around to locate the ball there. That's the classic face guarding that they always look for. Yeah. Pass interference, Kyler Gordon. He is not happy about that call. Let's see. Dobbs is still letting it rip, which I like to see, right? You can't go away from that aggression. Oh, no, he did turn to look at the ball. Okay. So I guess the broadcast angle kind of made it look like he didn't turn around at all. He definitely did turn around for the ball. Maybe they thought he got his arm. There was a hand in the face mask. It was all, I don't know. We've seen worse calls this week, though. There is some questionable officiating in some of these games. Dobbs running out of time. He's got to escape. Flag is down, probably for a hold, and goodness gracious, Dobbs just... Oh, they're going to get him for grounding. Maybe. The ref just took his flag out. They're talking. They might get him for grounding there. It was not even close to back to the line of scrimmage. I didn't see a receiver in the area. What is this penalty going to be? But that, as great as Dobbs has been at extending the play, sometimes that mental clock just goes off a second late. It is going to be grounding. Oh, that's a killer penalty. And there's going to be a 10-second runoff, too, unless we take a timeout, right? So we got to burn a timeout now. Yeah, he's just throwing it up. Like, I don't know that there was really anyone in the area. Again, maybe just a beat earlier he needs to get out of that pocket if he's going to run. We saw that some against Denver. Just a beat late on some of these throws, getting out of the pocket. It's weird. He was almost like sharper when he didn't know the offense as well. I don't think there's any correlation, obviously, but Dobbs is going to step up and somehow escape for the moment. He's still going. Here's the Dobbs magic, all just to throw it away. But, all right, that was better, I guess. It's certainly not like because, like, I don't know, like his intelligence is like his strength for all like the rocket scientist jokes. Like that is how Josh Dobbs has stayed in this league for so long, is he's an extremely smart quarterback that can figure out an offense quickly. That's why he's kind of been like this journeyman who you can just like plop on a team and he comes in and like is competent, right? He figures things out pretty quickly. He did that with the Titans, the Cardinals, and now the Vikings. But it just always isn't there. I don't know. He's just late sometimes. Now pressure. We're just going to set up a little screen here to Madison to make the kick easier. We're going to be going into halftime tied 3-3, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I say that. This is the Vikings. They do need to make the kick. They do need to make the kick. And based on how this game has gone, I would not put it past good old Greg Joseph here to miss the kick. Goodness gracious. Just, you know, and it's a shame, right? This was like our first good-looking drive of the half. It comes right at the end, but then there's these penalties. You got the holding and the grounding, and it just sets up third and so long. But it's just been clunky, inconsistent. The running game has not been there. Dobbs has had just a few, like, man, 2 interceptions is fair for Dobbs, right? Now, one of them that actually happened wasn't on him. It was a drop by Addison. But, man, he could have had another. It was right in the hands of Jalen Johnson. Dobbs has not been good in the first half. I'd grade him out at, like, a D-. Like, it has been pretty bad. Maybe a D. Not ideal. So we'll see if Greg can bury this kick here. I saw movement on my screen, but I'm not looking. You guys can see it before I do. 4 seconds left. It's only 34 yards. And he makes it. And it's a tie game. 3-3 at halftime. Goodness gracious. I'm telling you, Vikings-Bears is a cursed matchup. It is. I don't know what it is. Vikings-Bears, just nothing ever makes sense. Nothing ever is good. You know what, though? After a disaster class like that in the first half, to be tied, we'll live with that. I mean, goodness gracious. And the Vikings get the ball to start the second half, so that helps. But, man, I mean, if you're the Bears, you got to be kicking yourself, to Joe's credit, right? Miss a field goal, then a field goal. You force a pick, you go 3 and out. Pick, 4 plays, punt. Punt, punt. I mean, they have not really had much going on offense outside of their first 2 drives. 14 plays, 10 plays, then 3, 4, 4. So who will make more adjustments here at halftime? You'd like to think the Vikings, right? Because the Vikings have just looked so bad. But the Bears have room to improve, too. That's the other thing. It's not like, oh, the Bears have played a perfect half. No. They've been screwing it up a little bit. So we'll see. It is anyone's game, man. I mean, for all we know, we could still get the 25-22, but it's 3-3 right now. I hope you guys bet the under. Mile Marker says, have to go shovel for a bit. One more time. 9 inches so far today, and it's been snowing already for 2 days. Wow, okay. I'm jealous. I miss a little snow this time of year. When I came home to Fargo last week, there was no snow. There was a little bite in the air. It was a little chilly, but no snow on the ground. 9 inches so far today. Well, I hope you stay safe out there, man. Best of luck shoveling. And you know what? Bring some snow over here to Athens. I would love some. But best of luck with that shoveling. Glad to hear that you have some nice winter weather. I'm going to assume you at least enjoy the snow a little bit, right? You have to. Caden says stop. No. I'm not saying bring it over to Fargo, right? I'm not there right now. If you don't want snow, that's fine. I'm saying bring some snow here to Athens. You already do know, though, if I come home to Fargo, right, next time I'm home, there better be snow. There better be nice, chilly winter. I want to be the bringer of winter when I come to Fargo. I am the Midwest monster. Whew. All right. You know, it's funny. Like, I've been smiling a lot this stream. I think it's just because I'm so happy to be back and doing this. My cheeks hurt from smiling right now, which is not something I'd expect to say when the Vikings are tied 3-3 with the Chicago Bears, but I'm going to give my cheeks a little bit of a rest here and drink some water. And then I actually, believe it or not, I have to check my Slack. Now, I'll stay here, and I'll just pull it up on my phone, but I have to check my Slack here real quick because, again, we've got our show tomorrow for sustainability, and I'm actually anchoring the show. So I have a graphics question here. Let me take a look here. If it'll load. Is this it right here? Oops, almost a typo there. How was everyone's Thanksgiving? You guys have a good holiday? Eat some turkey? I had great turkey twice actually this week. I'll tell that story here in a sec. But yeah, shout out my dad. He made a turkey on the Traeger. He smoked a turkey on the Traeger, and it was awesome. It was so good. Turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, carrots, dinner rolls, pumpkin pie, the works, right? Oh, it was so good. That was a great turkey. And no disrespect to my dad, right? But that was not the best turkey that I had this week. It's not. And again, my dad was absolutely in his bag making that turkey. But me and Christine and then some of our friends went to Fogo de Chao on Saturday. It was a very late birthday present for me. Christine's best friend, roommate, and her boyfriend gave me a gift card to that place for my birthday. And so we ended up going on Saturday. And they had some seasonal turkey there. And oh my goodness, it was so good. It was unbelievable. It was the best turkey I'd ever had in my life. And, you know, just an unholy amount of steak, some Parmesan pork, some pork belly, some beef ribs. I mean, it was awesome. It was really good stuff. So yeah, that was a fun Saturday little dinner, little double date get together. That was a lot of fun. But I ate really well this week. I'll say that, man. You know, back home in Fargo, my parents always feed me well. And, you know, Thanksgiving, that's a day to just eat and watch football and just spend time with family and friends. The older I've gotten, the more and more I've realized Thanksgiving really is an elite holiday. And fall's an elite season, and it all comes together, and it's perfect. I love Thanksgiving. Joe says, I had a great Thanksgiving at my parents' house here in Michigan. Nice. Heck yeah, that's awesome to hear. Always good to spend time with family, right? That's what Thanksgiving is for. That's great to hear. And Parker said, oh, did yours on the Traeger too? Was very good. I'm telling you, Traeger turkey, man, that is the vibe. I think that is going to be like one of my first big boy purchases. Once I like am old enough to like have a yard, I'm getting a Traeger. Those things are so sweet. I want to smoke my own meats. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Smoke some meats and watch some football. That sounds like a life to me right there. But yeah, glad to hear everyone was enjoying their holidays. And you know what? Christmas is coming up now. Or just the holiday season. Christmas, there's Hanukkah. It's coming around the corner, man. New Year's. Right, we've got NFL games on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. We've got the New Year's Six Bowls, obviously. Good time for football. It is a good time to be a football fan right now. I think there'll be at some point in the calendar where once bowl season starts, like we'll have football on every single day for like 20 something days or something. Great time of year. Boomer's doing his fastest 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I can never remember. Let's tackle some news and some other scores around the league. We haven't really gotten to talk about like scores and stuff recently, and I really want to sound off on a few games. First game we're going to go to. This was a big one for the brand right here. Oh, I think you know what's coming. The Jacksonville Jaguars. They are in the good place. What a huge win for the Jags. 24-21 over the Texans in Houston. The Jaguars now have a 2-game lead for the AFC South, put themselves in pole position for the division, and they're in the hunt for the top seed right now. They're right there. They are right there. Trevor Lawrence, out-of-body experience. He was great. I don't know if any of you guys were able to watch this game, but what I usually do, right, when the Vikings aren't on, whether it's like the 4 o'clock window they're not playing, or in the case of yesterday, like they just don't play at all, I'll have one screen on with Red Zone, right? And then I'll have another screen where it's usually like one game in particular that I really want to lock into. And I actually did 2 games because YouTube TV, you can do the double box if you don't have Sunday ticket even. You can do like the CBS game in one side and then the Fox game on the other side. So I had this game and then the Saints-Falcons games up on the other screen is like the ones to like really lock into and then just like follow along with Red Zone. And no offense to the Saints and Falcons here, you know, I was definitely more locked into this game. I mean, just brilliant quarterback play on both sides. I mean, I said Trevor Lawrence out-of-body experience. He might have not even been the best quarterback in the game. I mean, C.J. Stroud was just unbelievable too. Oh, I mean, that throw to Tank Dell that got wiped away because of a penalty. Ticky-tack call. Was it the right call? Technically, yes. There's been a lot of controversy over that penalty, right? Because it was illegal motion, and people are like, oh, well, the Dolphins do that all the time with Tyreek. They send him in motion before the snap. But they had 2 guys going in motion at the same time. You can't do that. It's got to be just one, so that's why it got wiped away. It stinks, right? You take away a sick play over something so minor like that probably didn't make the difference. Tough. But, you know, I mean, it was just awesome. Awesome game all around. Both defenses made good plays, too. I love the way the Jaguars defense was able to close this one out. Trevor Lawrence hit some big-time throws. They're finally getting Calvin Ridley involved. Yeah, big-time win for the Jaguars here. I'm fired up, man. You know, I'm a supporter of the Jags here, but you know, what can you do, man? I mean, Jaguars, big win. Joe says those Houston Texans, though, they can still very well find themselves in the playoffs. This is a dangerous team that is well ahead of schedule, and they've got an awesome quarterback right now. D'Amico Ryans has those boys playing hard. Tank Dell just might be him. I mean, no, I mean, this is not an indictment on Houston, right? I mean, I think these teams are pretty close to even, to be honest. I mean, they split, right? This was a close game that could have gone either way. Yeah. Oh, man. Parker asking, what did I think of the Jack Harlow halftime performance? I didn't really watch much of that, to be honest. I didn't really catch it. I saw people were, like, flaming him on Twitter. I saw it was, like, pretty low energy and the set was bad. But I didn't really watch much of it, to be honest. But I heard it wasn't very good. So, I don't know. It's Jack Harlow. Bring back confetti, Jack. Jack Harlow fell off after confetti. That's my Jack Harlow take. Gabe says, how much to watch you play GeoGuessr for 1 round? I do enjoy me some good GeoGuessr. And I actually do pay for the GeoGuessr subscription so I can play anytime I want. I'll come back to that here in a sec. Joe's got a good question here first. Do you think the Lions might be frauds? The only team above 500 that they beat are the Kansas City Chiefs, who were short Kelsey and Chris Jones. So I did actually tackle this at the top of the stream here. I'll dive into it a little bit again because they were on Thanksgiving, and that kind of has been one of the stories really of this past month, is that the Lions might not be quite as good as we think. And again, I said this earlier, I will not go as far to say frauds because I think it depends on what your expectation for this team is. If you think that, oh, this is a Super Bowl contender, yeah, they're probably a fraudulent Super Bowl contender. I don't think this team is a tier 1 team. They're not up. I would say they're a tier 2 team in the NFC, to be honest. I would say that tier 1 in the NFC is the Eagles, the 49ers, and the Cowboys. And then below them, you would have the Lions, right? They exist in separate spheres. The Lions might be alone in tier 2, though. I mean, they did play Seattle pretty closely, but Seattle just hasn't looked that good recently. I honestly think if they had a rematch, the Lions would win. But you do, I mean, yeah, they have not beat like a great team. They did get just dismantled by the Ravens, which is discouraging. They scrape by the Chargers, the Bears, and then they lose to the Packers. I have kind of stayed, not to make myself sound cool or anything. Like, I have kind of stayed consistent with my view of the Lions of this is probably an 11, 12 win team that will win the division. Maybe win a home playoff game, but like, I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl. Now, I don't think that makes them frauds because I think that they are going to meet expectations at least healthy expectations this season. But I don't think they're like a Super Bowl contender. But I would not call them frauds. I still think they'll win the division. The Vikings are hanging around, but I don't know. If you go way back and watch my preseason prediction stream, I said that the division, just based off how the schedules play out, might come down to Vikings-Lions 2 of the last 3 weeks, but the Vikings would have to sweep the Lions, and I just don't see that happening. But yeah, I mean, they did squeak that one out against KC too. But it's KC on the road. You take any win you can get against them. Here we go, second half. Sorry about GeoGuessr, Gabe. First, we're going to watch Alexander Mattison down to the logo, midfield. I tell you what, Gabe. I tell you what. If you stick around for the end of this stream, if the Vikings win, here's what will happen. We'll have a GeoGuessr. Wow. Got it mixed up there. We'll have a Creed sing-along, and we'll play a round of GeoGuessr. How does that sound, Gabe? If you stick around, I will play a round of GeoGuessr for you if the Vikings win. That seems fair. Look at that. We already doubled our rushing yards. Alexander Mattison with a 21-yard run after 20 rushing yards in the first half. Dobbs will fake. Look out, Josh! No! Oh, look out, Joshua. Loss of 8 on the sack. All right, we got a deal. Parker asked, do you think the Cowboys are really a Super Bowl contender? Have they beat a team with a winning record? Yes, I do, Parker. I am aboard the Cowboys train still. And you know what? They don't have a signature win, but I watched that game against the Eagles a few weeks ago in Philly, and they were every bit just as good as Philly. I honestly think Dallas is on their level. They split with Philly last year too. People forget that. The Cowboys barely finished behind the Eagles in the division last year. That loss against the 49ers is still just so burned in people's minds. And yeah, it is kind of unfortunate how the 49ers have owned them. But no, I still believe the Cowboys are a tier 1 team in the NFC. Their defense is ridiculous. And I tell you what, this has been more of a talking point in the group chat, at least a little bit. This was a talking point back in October, right after the Cowboys meltdown against the Niners. I'm just going to say it. Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC, and he's playing like an MVP right now. He's playing maybe the best football of his career. People were trying to say he's not top 10. Dobbs in trouble. He gets it away, and that's not going to do anything. We got like 4 yards. And again, there's just nothing downfield. Jailbreak there from the Bears. They get a lot of pressure. Get a few yards. You kind of have to punt here. We're in still our own territory. It's 4th and 7. And you get 21 yards on the opening play, and then there's just nothing after that. Free rusher on the blitz. You know, Matt Eberflus, I apologize. I was not familiar with your game. Matt Eberflus has kind of had a good game so far defensively. We are going for it, at least for now. We might not even get the snap off. Oh my gosh, we're going for it. Dobbs with time. He's going to rip it, and it's behind the line. He kirked it. Yeah, come on. Come on. Maybe not the best throw. Maybe he could have hit TJ in stride a little bit more. Good effort by TJ to stretch the ball out there. I mean, yeah, that throw was behind him. That's just a bad throw. A good throw, and that picks up the first down. Goodness gracious. Just cannot get anything going right now. This has been a disaster of a game. Well, that's cool. So we did go for it. And again, the play call was there. The play was there. Not a good throw. Dobbs has looked poor so far today. Gabe says, let's play each other head-to-head. Winner's team goes to the Super Bowl for the next 8 years. I like that challenge. I would not mind going to the Super Bowl for the next 8 years, as long as we're not the 90s Bills times 2. I'm assuming you mean GeoGuessr. That would be the challenge. I don't know. I'm a little scared. You might cook me in GeoGuessr. I've not seen your skills before. But you know what? Here, no, we're going to go back. Since you asked, Parker, I've been waiting for a platform to spread my pro-Dak Prescott agenda. I mean, he went stupid again, man. He's a good quarterback. He gets so much hate simply because of the star on his helmet. He's not elite maybe, but he's been a great quarterback ever since he came into the league, and he's playing at an elite level this year. Oh, man. That 15 interception season set back the view on Dak so hard. So many of those were fluky, right? Historically, he has such a low interception rate, percentage of passes that are actually intercepted. He's only got 6 this year, right? The playmaking is back for him. This is like the first time since his injury back in 2020 that we've really seen Dak like cut it loose and run around and make throws on the run. He was like kind of a pure pocket passer for a while. And he still is an assassin from a clean pocket, right? But when he adds that playmaking to his game, he's just so dangerous with all these great receivers. Also, they're taking a look. Hawkinson reaches it out. It's close. I don't know that you can overturn that, though. Yeah. Okay, they're not going to challenge it. CB is back in here. Let's go. Said finally made it back to alive again. Welcome back to the stream, CB. Good to have you in here. We're watching a disaster unfold before our eyes. I say that we're tied right now, but not been good. Fields is going to roll out, incomplete. But, Joshua Dobbs. I love him with all my heart. He has not been it so far. I already know Vikings Twitter is probably calling for Jaren Hall right now. There's like a segment of Vikings fans that seem to be fascinated with him. And I don't know. I mean, he looked all right when he played against the Falcons first few drives, but Dobbs earned the starting job. Here we go. Defense has made this a game so far, really. I mean, it has been them that's been making it happen. There's Roschon. Gets the edge a little bit. Third and very manageable. We'll see. We'll see how this next play goes, if it's 4 down territory or not. Now, if you're the Eagles, right, you're just thinking, what is it, 3rd and 3? Get 2 yards, and then we don't even need 3. Just get 2 yards. If you can try and minimize the gain here, right? Get them to 4th and 2. 4th and 2 they might go for it too. Who knows? Shotgun here. I think they might throw it. Nope, that's why I'm not a coach. They run it. And they get it. Well, that's easy enough. Just get the first down. Man alive. You know what's nice about doing these streams during Vikings games is I'm off Twitter. And so I don't see Vikings Twitter. I don't see the meltdown. I don't see the meltdown about the Vikings outside of Vikings Twitter because that's, The dunking has probably commenced on Josh Dobbs, unfortunately. Josh Dobbs' Linsanity run is over. Maybe. Oh, batted down at the line. DJ Wanham again. DJ Wanham. CB says, what's the quick recap? Well, the Bears got the ball first, and opening drive, they marched down the field. It was like 14 plays, I think. They get into a 49-yard field goal try. They miss it, and it's like, oh, my gosh. All right, here we go. Let's see what the Pasternaut can do. And the Vikings offense has completed to just completely roll over and pick their nose so far. It's been turnovers. It's been interceptions. It's been dropped interceptions. It should have been interceptions. It's been dropped passes that have led to interceptions. It's been taking bad sacks. There's been a turnover on downs, which we just saw. The running game has not been going so far. They only have 41 yards on the ground, and 21 of those came on the first play of the second half. But the Vikings defense has played phenomenally so far. They find themselves here in a 3rd and 5. We'll see if they can get a big stop, but the Bears should be winning this game by a lot more right now. Fields, quarterback, keeper, easy money, first down. He slides. Brilliant play call right there by the Bears. Vikings were not ready for that. Fields just got it and took off. And you know what? He throws in the slide there. He keeps himself safe. Maybe it's tempting to get a few more yards with how good of a runner you are. He sees Metellus, just going to go down. Maybe you can even bait Metellus into hitting you. You get an extra 15. Yeah, good play by Fields. But that's really what it's been. The Bears have looked like the better team so far. They just have not been able to finish off their drives, really. But this one is looking solid. This has been their best drive in a while. But the Vikings defense has really kept them in this game, to be quite honest. The offense has been gross so far. It's been a little frustrating. But it's anyone's game. It's tied up right now. We've still got plenty of time left here in this 3rd quarter of action. Loaded front right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men up front. We'll see how many drop back. They bring them all. Metellus flying in. Fields gets it around him. And he gets it off to DJ Moore. Good job by Justin Fields to be patient with it. He sees Josh Metellus come in, right? A younger Justin Fields from a season ago might have just let that ball rip right away. He gets scared seeing Metellus, and Metellus maybe knocks that pass down. Instead, he waits, Metellus jumps, and then he starts to throw. And he just kind of maneuvers around him a little bit. He lets Metellus do the work for him. That was a good play by Fields. That's a play you might not have seen last year from him. 3rd and 2. Quick screen, DJ Moore again. This time they're there. Byron Murphy leading the charge. He has the ball. It's pretty obvious DJ Moore was down. He tried to rip it out, though. They've been going for that football. They need a takeaway. They need one of those big plays. They're going for it. Have not been able to get it so far. They were ready for the screen. It was more like Metellus leading the charge. Murphy gets off his blocker and joins him. Cam Bynum in there as well. And here we go. They force a field goal attempt. 39-yarder, easy chip shot. He's never going to miss this ever. It's so easy. Well, I already saw it. Was staring at the camera for dramatic effect, and I saw in my peripheral that it does indeed go in, which it's, at the 39-yarder. You can only jinx a mouse so much. I've used up my jinx. I've used up my magic powers already. 6-3, and again, all things considered, another win for this Vikings defense. The Bears get the ball near midfield off a turnover on downs. And they even string together a few first downs. Another 10-play drive, but only 34 yards and a field goal. All their long drives so far have resulted in field goal attempts. They have not found the end zone yet. Now, neither have we, obviously. But at some point, something has got to give. The offense has to wake up, right? I don't think that 9 points is going to win this game necessarily. If the Vikings do want to get out of here with a win, they're going to have to string together some drives. So we'll see. Dobbs is, and it's not. But the running game hasn't been good either. But they've also only ran the ball like 8 times. We really just flew too close to the sun with running backs don't matter, right? I mean, getting rid of Dalvin Cook, I get, because Cook was getting expensive. He's getting older, and I think a lot of his stats last year were quite misleading. He really relied on big plays to boost his yardage total. He got tackled behind the line more than any running back in the NFL. And that was like an actual fact. That's not just me being like, Dalvin Cook doesn't run north-south and he gets tackled behind the line. No, like, that's an actual fact. He got tackled behind the line more than any other back in the NFL last season. And now this year, he's looked bad with the Jets. I mean, they have Breece Hall, so it's not like it really matters. And the Jets have their own problems, right? I mean, they've got an absolute circus going on right now. But it's not like Dalvin Cook would have changed anything. This rushing attack would still be good. Or would still not be good. Let me emphasize the not here. It would not be good. But, man, I mean, and Ty Chandler has been good, but, like, we're going to draft Dwayne McBride and bring in Ty Chandler and, like, Alexander Madison, and that's supposed to be our running attack? I mean, running backs matter at least a little bit, right? Like, you still need to be kind of good at football. So, I don't know. I hope that running back is a position that we invest in next offseason. It is probably our biggest weakness, to be quite honest. I'm not saying we need to, like, draft one in the first round, but something would be nice because right now the running game just has not been cutting it. And we did bring in Cam Akers, and he flashed, but then he got injured. So that part of that is just bad luck. But even then, even with a healthy Cam Akers, I don't know. I would like another running back in the building. That's what I'll say. And I feel bad. I wanted Alexander Madison to succeed, especially after that BS he had to deal with after the Philly game. Our stupid fans being racist towards him. Like, I wanted Alexander Madison to go off so badly after that. It just hasn't happened. And he's been fumbling the ball. Ty Chandler, I mean, granted, you can only do so much with 3 carries, but sometimes we just refuse to run the ball a little bit. And I get why it's tempting. We've got all these weapons, but here we go. Here's a run to start things off, and look at that. Madison with a nice run. Some of it is lack of talent in the running back room. Some of it, and I sound like a broken record, but some of it really is just KOC just sometimes gets away from it too much, and we don't run whatsoever. And it's like we're the 2022 Buccaneers out here. Brady throwing 55 times a game. But that was a good starting run by Madison. You know what? Let's run it again here on 2nd and 3. We're on schedule. We're probably ahead of schedule, if anything. Josh Oliver's in there. Yeah. Look at that. First down. We're running the football. It's Alexander Madison. Let's go. How about that? We're running the rock. Nice open lane. He just hits it and goes. 2 good runs for him so far. All right, run it again. Why not? Just run it again. Make the old man inside me happy. You know what? That's okay. 1 yard, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Keep him honest. Geo guesses. I'm hoping, man, we can get this Geo guesser around. Maybe I'll play sad boy Geo guesser if the Vikings lose. I'll be like, I guess this is Slovenia. We'll see. I wish you lived in Tampa. That would be pretty sick. Could you imagine if we were coworkers with the Bucks? That would be crazy. Hey, shout out Max too. What an absolute legend. I don't know if he's going to see this or not, but that was a nice interview. Seems like a very cool guy. Oh. Tried to set up the screen there. And shout out Gabe for setting me up with that interview. I had to do an interview. If you guys remember from my last stream, I was trying to do an interview for one of my classes with the Vikings guy. Ended up not working out. He's a busy guy, stuff going on. Didn't work out. But my man Gabe, who works with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was able to get me in touch with his boss, and I did my informational interview with him, and it was great. Also, yes, I saw the chat that Parker ordered Madden. I'm giddy with excitement. Coach Eric Tiongson taking the Giants to the promised land. Oh, yeah. I definitely haven't already been practicing drafts, trying to figure out who I want. I have not been doing that. 3rd and 9, Dobbs with time. And it's a dime on the sideline. No, they say it's incomplete. There is a flag down. Please bail us out. Come on. Laundry. Also, I see your comment, Gabe. I'll address that in a second here. Yes. Yes. We earned that first down. That's just good football getting us the first down right there. But Gabe says, speaking of old men, remember when an old man tried to fondle you in a casino? Unfortunately, yes. That is a slight exaggeration. He didn't try to fondle me. He tried to fight me. Not even fight me. He was playing. He was obviously very drunk. But this old man who reeked of booze came up to me and tried to tackle me with a smile on his face. And then he said, don't mess with old people. But he didn't say mess. He said another word. And now we're going to dump it off to CJ Ham behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, that's genius. Sorry, that was a bit sarcastic. I'm sure it drives players and coaches crazy when schmucks like me are saying stuff like, oh, you know. Like, obviously, that wasn't the goal to lose a yard. It's just frustrating to watch as a fan sometimes. I apologize, Kevin. I apologize, Joshua. And I apologize, CJ. I mean, he just had to get the ball out there. I think the read might have been Addison. He was breaking open, but the rush was coming. You just got to get it out there. Otherwise, you're taking a sack. Rather lose 1 yard than 7. There's Addison. Medium-sized gain. Gabe says, my favorite part of these streams is every once in a while you peak. Peak as in what? I'm curious. Just like I peak as a human being? I'll take it, though. Thank you. Oh, my mic peaks. Oh, my gosh. Is that Gabe's sister? Wow. Says, yo, this guy is so cool. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Here's Chandler. Can he get the first? No, cannot. The mic quality is fantastic. You know what? We'll take it. Shout out Christine's brother for dropping this mic off. Well, he didn't drop it off. Christine dropped it off. Wow, we've got some more people in here now. Kaylin Reed, welcome to the stream. Says hello. Hello to you. Welcome to our watch party here. We're watching some football. Mile Marker says, okay, I see it's been a battle of field goals. Yeah. Well, we're going for it here, so we'll see. Did not get the last 4th down attempt. Run with Dobbs? Nope. He's going to pass. He's got a little bit of time over the middle, and it's dropped and picked again. I don't know if it was a straight-up drop. It might have came off Osborne. Honestly, a pick is better than an incompletion there. I mean, it looks bad on the stats, but honestly, that kind of helps. This is how we're coping. That interception was good, actually. That's just genius by Josh Dobbs to give us better field position. It's popping in here now. Oh, my gosh. We've got 10 people in here. Michael is in here. Welcome to the stream, Michael. He says, hi. You're not going to like the next play. I mean, no, obviously. Interceptions are bad. Yes, that is Michael Doty. He's been in here a few times now. Michael Doty, University of Georgia, Carmichael Sports Media Institute legend, ladies and gentlemen. The man himself, the king of New York. Kaylin asking, what are your thoughts on the Chiefs? And go Chiefs. The Chiefs are good. Those are my thoughts. They might have started to turn a corner offensively last week. I mean, we've just been waiting and waiting and waiting, right? Like, surely a team with Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce was going to figure it out eventually. And, you know, they went down early in this game. They went down to the Raiders, and, you know, everyone's sounding the alarm bells, and it's like, oh, my goodness, it's so over, yada, 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 right? And they won 31-17. Mahomes nearly 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, including a beautiful throw to Travis Kelce. I mean, I think you might know the one I'm talking about. It was, I don't remember when it was in the game, but oh my goodness, it was a one-of-one throw right there, man. It was just perfectly placed where only Kelce could get it. The defender's head wasn't even turned. It just like gave him a haircut almost, like just over his helmet, right? Kelce had a fairly quiet game. 6 for 91. I wouldn't say that, but how about Rashee Rice going over 100 yards? And they really just made it a mission to feed him the ball, right? Like, their leading wide receiver by a lot. They might have something with him. The more they get him the ball, the more good stuff happens. Pacheco was all right. And again, this Kansas City defense, top 5. They're top 5, and they might not even be 5. Like, this is a special unit. Would not shock me one bit if the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Would not shock me one bit. They are right there, as always. They will always be right there. Gabe asks, Michael, who's your favorite animatronic from Five Nights at Fatty's? And Kara also demanding an answer. I'm not Michael. I've never played that game before. As you probably know, I'm not the biggest fan of horror. So, I've never played it. I would never watch Hereditary. All right. Coming off the pick, what can we do here? Fields is going to keep, and he fooled everyone. Scampering forward, first down and more. Man. I mean, oh, man. Not ideal. Not ideal. I might have to pull something out here fourth quarter if things don't turn around quickly. I might have to really get in my bag for something. They're showing the draft prospects right now. Shut up, Brock Bowers. Go Dogs. Sorry, my school's better than yours. That's just how it be. Looking at my LinkedIn. I need to update my LinkedIn. I actually need to do that. That might help me in my job search a little bit. But I've got a solid portfolio, I will say. I did get in my bag for that. Eric Teoxen writing at wordpress.com. Or .wordpress, not at WordPress. But I do like my portfolio. 2nd and 4. And, all right. Man, I think one of the worst things about this loss, if we lose, we're 0-2 in the throwbacks. And that would just make me so sad because these uniforms are just beautiful. I haven't even talked about that yet. I mean, goodness gracious. They're gorgeous. Oh. Right, we got to get a win in the throwbacks. 3rd and 3. Here we go. Might be 4-down territory here. Field goal doesn't do you a lot, but a touchdown does in this juncture of the game. Fields is going to rip it, and they don't need to entertain it. They get the first down. Oh, they don't even need to entertain it. He hits DJ Moore for a first down, and my sanity slowly crumbles away. Clock is ticking down. We near the fourth quarter. It's 6-3 for crying out loud. It is 6-3. They might run one more play here. Are they gonna? Yes, they will. All right, it's like me and Madden. It's Komet. Good tackle, Metellus. Fourth quarter, we're going to be right back. We're pulling out all the stops for this. We need a W here, baby. We need a W. I'll be back in literally like 2 seconds. Desperate times call for desperate measures. It's time to unleash, to bring back out of retirement the EK54. I thought that the Monday night hoodie would be what gets it done, right? I call it the Monday night hoodie because this was the hoodie I wore last Monday night game for the Vikings, right? Their upset win over the Niners. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to bust out the Monday night hoodie again. They got a Monday night win when I wore this last time. It's not happening. So we need the lucky jersey from last year, the one that saw us win the Bills game, that saw us win all these incredible games, the one that saw us have the Colts come back, the EK54. He's not on the team anymore, but his spirit lives on with the Vikings. And the EK54 is going to bring us a victory. I'm about to throw this thing on. It's like tattered in the back. I try not to put my jerseys in the dryer because the screen printing peels off. I don't know what happened to this one. I've tried to avoid it, but here we go. It is on. We've got the purple on purple. And if we win, it's because of this. I promise. Gabe, if you're still in here, never forget the EK54. If we win, it is because of the EK54. CB says sanity is overrated anyways. So true, man. So true. And mile marker 301 says, I don't know why I said, sometimes I do that. Like I just read the names verbatim. Like mile marker, you don't need to say the 301. Whatever. So proud, the NFC North. The Bears are doing the Lions a solid right now. I like the lion emoji. Here we go. Yes, he acknowledges the EK54. Here we go. Interception right here. No, but a tackle for loss. All right. Here we go. Also, shout out Anthony Barr, who's back on the Vikings. I don't know that we've seen him out there today because we brought him back because Jordan Hicks was hurt. I think Jordan Hicks just might be playing, but he is rocking 54. Oh, he's out right now. There's Anthony Barr. Yeah. He asked Eric Kendricks for his blessing to wear number 54 because 55 was already taken, and I guess he couldn't get that. So he's rocking 54 in honor of his buddy, his college roommate, Eric Kendricks. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's knocked down. Byron Murphy, what a play. Oh, my goodness. Awesome job by Byron Murphy. Phenomenal play. Here we go. So it's just blitz, right? Man coverage across the board, one-on-one. Boom. Byron Murphy alone on an island going up against DJ Moore, their number one. It's their number one wide receiver versus their number one corner. Byron Murphy swats it away. They're going to force a long field goal attempt here. I didn't see on my screen what happened, I promise. I'm sure it's already shown. I'm going to assume he made it. Yeah, he drilled it. But you know what? It's still a one-score game. The offense just needs to wake up. Wake up, offense. Please. The game is still there, and you know what? We might get out of here with a win, and we're going to feel bad. And, oh, it's just an ugly, gross, fraudulent win. But you know what? To bring it full circle, right, wearing the EK54 from last year, the Monday night hoodie from this year, what did I say on that Monday night stream? What was my rallying cry to get the Vikings going, right? Their backs were against the wall. Jefferson was out going up against the 49ers, huge underdogs. Everyone on ESPN picked the 49ers. It was the Vikings against the world with last year in mind, us crumbling. What did I say? I said, let's go be frauds. Let's go be frauds and get a gross, ugly, fraudulent, terrible win against the Bears. Let's do it. Let's win 10-9. Let's make everyone so mad when we win 10-9. Let's do it, baby. Come on. Offense, just wake up. The defense has played with its hair on fire. The defense has been awesome today. Get us a touchdown, and we get the lead. That's all. I mean, maybe that's not all we need, but a touchdown completely changes this game. Win probability right now, according to ESPN, 76.7% for the Bears. Let's swing that down here. Come on. We need it. 10-9, LOL. Hey, I will take anything. Let's get a gross 10-9 win. You know, I've come to accept a few years ago, right? Being a Vikings fan can be hard, right? And you can be conditioned to be negative and, oh, bad things are going to happen, yada, yada, yada. It's a whole lot more fun when you have a little bit of delusion sprinkled in, right? Just a little bit of crazy. Maybe not enough where it's like, we're going to win the Super Bowl. But just enough where it's like, you know what? Let's get zany with it. Let's have things get a little wild at Caillou's house. Let's go, in the words of a wise man from Minneapolis, a man well known for purple. Let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. Let's do it. Man, I wish I could have given that speech to the offense right now. I'd be telling that in Josh Dobbs' ear, like, you know what, man? You need to take off. You need to blast off to the moon. We need you to lead us, captain this ship to the end zone. We need you, Joshua Dobbs. We need you. You know what? God made a few perfect heads, and the rest he gave hair. Go make it happen, our captain, Josh Dobbs. Michael with a fun fact here. Vikings have not beaten the Bears at home on Monday Night Football since 2007. I suppose. One of my first moments of Vikings trauma, actually, was Vikings-Bears Monday Night Football 2009, the year we had Favre. Our team was sick that year, man. I mean, we were just awesome. We were loaded. We went 12-4. I'll pull this up later, maybe, if I remember. But the Vikings lost to the Bears on Monday night that year when the Bears were huge underdogs, and I was distraught. I was traumatized. The Bears went up big early, and the Vikings ended up coming back and nearly winning, but I suppose. Then there was the Halloween nightmare. Wait. No, that can't. Oh, at home. Okay. I was just saying that because we've won in Chicago a few times on Monday night. At home. That makes sense. That's crazy, though. Also, we've got an injury down on the field now, as Addison made a catch for 5 yards. CB says, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Let's go. Let's get nuts. But hope that he's okay. It's been like a healthy game so far, which is always good. Not really any injuries. Hate to see that, though. Vikings-Bears 2009. Oh, it's on NFL Throwback. Maybe I'll watch this before bed tonight. We'll see. But this was an awesome game, man. It really was. 36-30. This was back when they had Jay Cutler, right? Yeah. Yep. Oh, this was a great game. Yeah, the Bears went up 16-0 at halftime. And then the Vikings, they ended up hanging around there. They come back. Sidney Rice. 6-yard TD to tie it up at the end. And then Devin Aromashodu, future Viking, would end up scoring the winner. Wow, Devin Aromashodu. 2nd and 4. And we'll run, and we'll get nothing. But I don't hate the idea of running on 2nd and 4 there, right? We can come back and try and pick up 4 yards on 3rd down, but you might as well try the run on 2nd down. It just stinks you can't always execute, though. I wonder what the Vikings' success rate is on runs this year. Like that is like an actual stat, like one of those more advanced stats. It's not perfect, obviously, but I wonder what their success rate on running plays is. It's got to be pretty low. But here we go. 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. CJ Ham motioning in and tight. Now Addison on the move. Dobbs finds him. 1st down. That was a big boy completion right there. That was good to see. Much needed 1st down. Hey, Joe Buck just stole the words right out of my mouth. Not pretty, but we got it. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness gracious. Under duress, just throws it right into the belly of the big D lineman. And of course, right, it's not even like an interception that makes sense. Of course, the guy that hits him in the chest, like, he can't catch it, but he has to bobble it right to his teammate who's right there. I mean, it was a deserved interception, right? You put the ball in that spot, it's going to get taken away. Man, I mean, do you at some point bench Dobbs? Do you put Jaron Hall back in? Or I guess Nick Mullins is the backup right now, if I'm not mistaken. Hall's been injured a little bit. Oh, did the ball come out? No. No. Oh, goodness. And see, here's the problem now, right? Because the Bears are in field goal territory. Field goal makes it a 2-score game. At this point, it was out. It was out, but he just fell on it. Could this be reviewed? There's no way that they can overturn that. Yeah. But you pretty much need a takeaway at this point. I'm going to be honest. Like, if the Bears kick a field goal, it might be over. So the ball comes out. I mean, is there a clear recovery, though? That's what you need to overturn it. It looks like Lucas Patrick fell on it. Yeah. 3rd and 4. They might need, like, a loss of yards here, though. I just don't know how I feel about this offense coming back down 2 scores with, like, 11 minutes left. As crazy as that sounds. They just haven't been able to do anything. Here comes some pressure to try and get it. Doesn't matter. Mooney's open. Man. Is this how it ends for Dobbs? I mean, he might still play. I don't know that they're going to bench him after this, but this is like what I would have expected in the Falcons game, where he gets thrown in right away with no preparation. Doesn't know the playbook, doesn't know the guys' names. Like this, the games seem out of order. Like, you think that this would be the first game. He's progressively, like, gotten worse. He was phenomenal against the Falcons, phenomenal first half against the Saints. Then he was second half against the Saints. And then he was second half or first half against the Broncos. And then it's just slowly gone downhill. Like, he started out up here, and it's just, man. You know, we got a slight taste of the mobile quarterback Kool-Aid, and especially me, right? If you've seen my Kirk Cousins videos, like, ooh, mobile quarterback. See, this is what we're missing. Well, you can't throw 4 interceptions. You just can't do that. Ball! 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 It's our ball! We're so back! Yes! Oh, we've been saved! Oh, my goodness! It's a turnover for the Bears! Hang on a second. Never count out the Minnesota Vikings. Oh my goodness. It was Danielle Hunter who lodged it free. All right. Now here's the problem. We still need a touchdown, which, you know, we have not gotten yet, but I don't know. Well, hold on. What is chat saying here now? Oh, okay. I thought it was like y'all were freaking. I was like, oh, his knee was down. But, oh. CB needs the Bears to lose. Please win. Hey, you and me both. We're in this together, right? Oh. You know. Oh, Josh Dobbs' redemption drive here would do miracles on me. Oh, my goodness. It's just been so bad on offense today. It's been terrible. How many yards do we have right now? Total yards. Yeah, 143 on 39 plays. Yeah. Yikers. Yikers almighty. I mean, what do you even do? Dobbs just has looked scared under pressure, and he's put the ball in some terrible spots. We have not really had any big plays through the air. The running game hasn't been in rhythm because we've been very inconsistent with calling running plays. I mean, we've passed the ball twice as much as we've ran the ball, right? So there's zero rhythm right now with the offense. This really is like the September Vikings. Oh. Michael saying, look at that win probability going down. I mean, hey, this is maybe where the slide starts. But again, you gotta put it in the end zone. A field goal doesn't cut it here. I won't say that this drive is the game, but it's pretty darn close. But Metellus slowed him down. Hunter popped it out. He's very clearly up. Oh, man. All right, come on. And we're going to run it with Madison. That play was doomed from the start. I don't know if you guys were just in the wrong spot there. Like, Madison seemed to take that handoff at an awkward position. Fields is like, my bad. Yeah. All right, second down, though. You got to get some yards here. We cannot afford another 3rd and long. Like, they just, 3rd and 6 feels insurmountable, to be honest. It does. Play action, boot with Dobbs. Yes, let's use his legs more. Oh! Oh! That was probably clean, but. All right, that helps. I don't know why we don't do more designed runs with Dobbs, though. Not saying that was a designed run. Not much downfield, but you got him on the move there, right? Oh, yeah, that was clean. Didn't even come close to his head. That's legit. But, we saw one against the Saints a few weeks ago and it worked brilliantly. We just have not seen it since, though. None at all. I'm not saying we need to be 2013 Georgia Tech running the triple option every play, but Dobbs with time. There you go. Brandon Powell wide open. First down and more. There you go. There's an easy button right there on the offense. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Well-designed play. Look at that. Osborne, good job not making contact with the defender. He's able to, quote-unquote, set that pick just by occupying space. He's not touching the guy, though. It's all legal. Good job by KJ Osborne, just shuffling side to side. Free up your speedster, Powell. And Powell has been our leading receiver. All right. Here we go. Play action again. Dobbs with a little bit of time, maneuvering the pocket. He's going to take a deep shot. Addison, wide open. Toe tap. Did he keep his feet in bounds? No. Oh, my gosh. It was there. I don't know if his defender fell down or what. Just a bad throw. Yeah, out of bounds. Not even close. That should have been a touchdown. Oh, man, that should have been 6. So, beautiful little route right there. Addison just gets free. It was there. They're saying maybe not the greatest spatial awareness there by Jordan Addison. Yeah. but a better throw. I mean, especially with how much wide open space. Just lead him towards the green space. You don't need to put that down on the sideline. I mean, maybe I missed it on the replay and there's a safety back there and you can't lead him directly towards the end zone, but oh, it was there. That was a chance. 2nd and 10 now. I appreciate that mile marker. Poor Vikings fan. I like, share, and copy. Appreciate it, man. You know what? We're hanging in there, though. You say what you want about the Vikings. They are not boring. Even in a game where they score 3 points, they are not boring. I will tell you that. Oh, man. It was right there. Oh. There's another world where that throw, I mean, it's where it needs to be. Even if Addison makes the catch and gets out of bounds and good route, though, by Addison, right? A little double move. He gets him to bite, and you just free release up the sideline. But, man, if you're the quarterback, you just put it a little bit closer to the middle of the field. There's so much green space for him to run into. He can just get under it. You don't even have to hit him in stride. He just catches it. He walks in. That, I mean, again, probably goes without saying. With Kirk, that's a touchdown. It is. It absolutely is. I think it's clear now, like, I don't know what we're going to do with the quarterback position, to be honest. But it's games like this that make me think maybe we do bring Kirk back. And I would still have to make sense of that. I'd like to see how much it's going to cost, obviously. But it is games like this that make me think maybe Kirko is coming back. And maybe it's not a death sentence. Maybe it's not the end of the Vikings as we know it. Not that I was saying it was, but let's watch this back. They're going to pass again. Look out, Josh. There you go. Finds Addison. Bears are insistent it's incomplete. We'll see about that, though. They're not the most impartial sources. Addison heating up a little bit. Let's see. I think he got his hands underneath there. Oh, hurry up and snap the ball. Okay. No, there's a red flag out. Uh-oh. Well, will they have enough to overturn that? It looks like, from the initial review, he might have been able to readjust his hand because you can see the ball move a tiny bit. The question is, did Addison adjust his... Oh, keep your arm off the ref there, Eberflus. He's like, yeah, you're going to give me the call, right? He might have adjusted his hand to scoop underneath the ball and maybe... Oh, that's close, though. Is he able to scoop underneath? Michael says, I really wanted the Steelers to draft Addison. That would have been a lot of fun. Bring back the Pitt connection, Kenny Pickett, Jordan Addison, right? That would have been a fun pick. I don't know. I feel like Broderick Jones has been pretty good for you guys, though. And Joey Porter Jr. in the second. He's been a little up and down, but I'm willing to give him time to marinate. How about the Steelers, though, huh? Hey, they're right there, man. And that division is wide open. Baltimore with a big win, though. That might have put them in the driver's seat firmly. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, you want to talk about devil magic. Mike Tomlin devil magic has them 7-4. Oh, man. They're right there. They really are. And you know what? I almost feel bad for Matt Canada for what I'm about to say. Their offense went, almost 60 games without getting 400 yards? And then the very first game, he's gone. They fire Matt Canada. The first game without him, they go over 400. Had not happened since, the depths of COVID. And now they do it right away after getting rid of him. And the running game has been there. Freiermuth came to life, right? The defense, we all know, is great. Mike Tomlin is one heck of a ball coach. The Steelers will probably make the playoffs. I don't look at their schedule. Now, There were jokes after Andrews and Burrow went down the same night that like, oh my gosh, the Steelers are going to win the division. I don't know about that, but also they've got the Cardinals, the Patriots, the Colts, who that might actually be a tough game. The Colts are low-key kind of nice. Then they've got Jake Browning Bengals again, who they just took care of. Then they got the Seahawks and the Ravens. That's a close stretch to that's a tough stretch to close it out. But win. 3 wins I feel good about. They should get to 10 wins. All right, let's see this call. I'm scared. Okay. Yep, okay. He did adjust his hand. That is a good job by Addison right there. Adjusting and just keeping the ball above the ground. Good second effort by Addison to save the catch. Now we're going to run a little stretch play here. First down, Madison. Good run. This is a drive. This may be the drive right here. If we're going to win, considering how long this drive is taking now, this might be, I don't know, that clock keeps ticking down. You know, it's getting to be go time here. All right. Second and 5. Not a terrible spot to be in. More play action. Dobbs is going to maneuver in the pocket. He's taking a shot down the field for T.J. Hawkinson, and it's another first down. There's T.J., the Norse god at tight end. Oh, and another Bear is down. Is that Jaquan Brisker? More play action. That's been working. That was good by Dobbs. Look at him step up in the pocket there. That is good. Hawkinson just breaks free on the crosser. Easy. Yeah, it was Brisker that got hurt. But that is a good veteran quarterback play right there by Dobbs to just stay calm, step up, fire a strike to the open guy. TJ with no catches in the first half. Michael says, in Canada's defense, the first 15 games of the streak was when Fickner was still the OC. That's fair. Yeah, that's like almost a season's worth. It was easy to dunk on Matt Canada, but it was also probably time to let him go. And it is unfortunate for him that the first game they let him go, they go over 400. That man was such a lightning rod. Do you remember when they were criticizing him for not celebrating, like when Kenny Pickett changed the play to score a game-winning touchdown? And then like the very next week when they score a touchdown, the camera cuts and like he's clearly like making an effort to celebrate. He's like, yes, let's go. It's like he's definitely doing that because people were mad at him for not celebrating. Like maybe just, I don't know, let that man live. But I get it. It was frustrating times under Matt Canada. And it didn't help that they had also the fossil of Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback for a lot of that streak. The picture of washed. First and 10. Dobbs again over the middle. Hawkinson, touchdown. Oh, it's unbelievable. Josh Dobbs with a roar of triumph. He finds the Norse god at tight ends, and the Vikings, against all odds, after 4 interceptions, have tied the game. Joshua Dobbs, you can never count out the Pastronaut. One small step for man, one giant pass for Viking kind. Over the middle, a seam route, TJ leaped up and caught it. Down into the end zone. Make the kick, Greg. Kick is up, and it is good, and the Vikings, against all odds, lead the football game. Let's go be frauds. Josh Dobbs, surgical on the last drive. 4 for 5, 65 yards, and a tutty. That is the Josh Dobbs that I like seeing on my TV screen. How about it? And would you look at that? Oh, the takeaways and points off graphic. Bears with 4 takeaways and 3 points off of them. The Vikings with 1 and 7 points off of them. TJ. You know? Oh, look at Dobbs, man. How can you not love him? How can you not love him? Oh, look at KOC, too. Oh, can we please just get out of this game with a win? Then we have our bye week. Take an extra week off. We can reinstall our offense. Hopefully Jefferson will be back against the Raiders, right? But you know what? First things first, defense got to get a stop. Mile marker with the okay then. Okay then is right. It's something. Gabe says, why can't the Lions have a good tight end? Oh, come on now. Laporta's good. There are plenty of people on Twitter that will try and say that the Hawkinson trade was a fleecing because the Lions got Laporta. You guys are fine with Laporta. We'll take TJ. Those Iowa tight ends, man. Those corn-fed tight ends. Well, decent start for the Bears there on offense. You know, Vikings get a stop here. That is a defining moment in this game. If they can answer their touchdown with a stop on defense, it would be a cruel twist of irony, right? Now, the Bears have their cruel twist because they've gotten 3 points off 4 takeaways, and the Vikings have 7 off 1. But if the Bears were to finally find the end zone, just like last week in the Broncos game, the Broncos didn't find the end zone until like the very end of the game. They only scored 1 touchdown. But it came at the most critical time. It ended up being the difference. Michael's like, they do. Thank you, Michael. I get what you're saying, though. I mean, TJ was good, but also I feel like TJ never quite reached this level with the Lions. He had a few good games, but I feel like it was a win-win trade. Both teams benefited. You also saved a pretty penny. Good tackle. Movie. Cam Bynum. Man, this really feels like this game might hinge on this drive. I don't know, man. If the Bears can score a touchdown on this drive, we'll see. Again, they have not scored a touchdown all game, knock on wood. Screen. Blow it up. Blow it up. Mekhi Blackman, the 3rd-round rookie out of USC. There in a flash. 3rd and 10. Come on. Come on. Joe says TJ never really had a good connection with Goff. Save for a couple of games, it just always seemed a bit out of sync. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, I don't know. He never quite hit his full potential with Detroit. Sometimes things just aren't a fit. But Goff has been cooking with Laporta. They found something with him. Come on. Oh, Fields is going to escape. Oh, no. Oh, the ball is out. The ball is out. And it's recovered by Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr fell on it. Rocking the 54. Josh Metellus making the play. Decline it. That is our football. It's a party in the end zone for the defense. Oh, we got to watch this back. 4-man rush, pace. And, oh, Josh Metellus with the hit to poke it 3. Anthony Barr falls on it. It is returned to Minnesota. Can I get a skull? Skull Vikings. And it's a party in the end zone once again. This vaunted defense that has just been a godsend this year. Brian Flores has come down from football heaven with the 10 commandments of defense. You know what? Let's get points. We're going to be greedy. Get some points here. Josh Metellus, 2 forced fumbles and a half a sack. Oh, you know what? Go blue. Go blue. Big win for Michigan in the game on Saturday. And an even bigger news for the Michigan program. Now Josh Metellus is playing well for the Vikings. All right. We got too conservative, though, last time. I would still like us to see and try and, go for the win here. We'll run it again. See? And it's funny. It almost sounds contradictory because of how much I harp on the Vikings not running the ball enough. But last week in the Denver game, they get it into the red zone, 1st and 10, right? And they're trying to maybe kill the clock a little bit. But 2 straight run plays that go nowhere. Sets up 3rd and long. They end up getting a field goal. Whereas a touchdown would have probably won them the game. Now, here we are again, 2 straight run plays, going nowhere. We've set ourselves up in 3rd and long, coming off this big takeaway, right? I believe the Bears called timeout there. They did. See, it's a 1-point game, right? If you score a touchdown, and especially if you go for 2, right? Score a touchdown, go for 2, and get it. The game is over. That makes it a 2-score game. It's 3rd and 9. I'm curious to see if they'll even put the ball in the air here. 2 straight run plays. Well, it's empty. Let's see. Now we're going to motion C.J. Hammond, hopefully to help with pass pro. I would like to see us try and get this first down here. Let's throw past the sticks. No. I mean, what are we doing? Have we not learned our lesson from last week? We're not even in field goal range. I'm sorry, KOC. I love you, but that is now 2 weeks in a row. We've just been cowardly in these situations where we just are not playing to win. 2 straight runs and then a screen. And the Bears call another timeout. They're out of timeouts, but that doesn't really matter. A field goal wins the game for them. Are we just, we're just going to give them the ball back now, essentially. 3 plays, and there was not even an effort to try and, score. Oh, my goodness. I would almost rather we go for it here than punt it. I don't know what we're going to do. It's 4th and 10. It's not like we're in clear go for it range. It's a long field goal. I mean, a field goal would help because then that means that they would need a touchdown. We're going to punt it. That's a losing sequence right there. I guess we're trusting our defense, which has been phenomenal today. But wouldn't you just like to win the game right here? A couple of first downs ends the game, and we didn't even try. We just did this last week against the Broncos. I don't know, man. I don't love this sequence right here. This is like a big swing. For the Bears, they burn their timeouts, but they're going to get the ball back. They still have the 2-minute warning, too. And again, field goal, if the Bears get the ball back here and they score, if they get a field goal, they probably win. A field goal probably wins this game now for the Bears, just based off looking at the clock, right? Unless they hit a big play and then they immediately stall out. If the Bears get a field goal here, the Vikings are probably not going to have a lot of time left on the clock to answer. I don't know, man. My feelings towards this game have shifted dramatically now from that sequence. The fact that we couldn't get anything. And what bugs me more is, we didn't even try. I would have gotten if, there's an incomplete pass or even a sack. But to just roll over and give up after getting this huge takeaway. Game-changing takeaway. The crowd is all into it. Everyone's fired up. You finally get another takeaway to go your way. Run, screen. I mean, this is like Mike Zimmer level stuff. Fields is going to escape. And boom. Big gain. Bears need maybe I don't know, 25 more yards now. It's not even like getting into field goal range is this insurmountable task for them. Are they going to try and get another playoff before the 2-minute warning? No. I don't know, man. The defense is going to need to win the game again. We are putting this all on the back of the defense. And I guess with Josh Dobbs throwing 4 interceptions, maybe you don't trust him. I don't know, y'all. I don't have a good feeling about this. We'll see, though, right? That's why they play the game. If the defense can get one more stop, right? 4 plays to keep them from getting 10 yards, game over, right? 1 stop ends the game. Takeaway ends the game. Anything. The defense just has to do it one more time. I feel so bad, though, for the defense. They have given their all this game. I mean, they get 2 big takeaways. They've held the Bears to 9 points despite the Bears getting 4 takeaways. And now we essentially just ask them to go do it one more time. And, oh, by the way, even a field goal loses us the game. Whereas if you get 10 yards, then the Bears still have to burn those timeouts. You get to run a few more plays off. A little bit more time comes off the clock. And, hey, you can try and get points of your own. I don't know, man. I'm scared. Ball's at the Chicago 38. All right, let's take a look at Cairo Santos here. What is this man's career-long kick? Also, it's indoors, right? And again, we got our kicker miss out of the way. I guarantee you this man is drilling a kick if he gets another chance. It could be from like 60. He's banging it through. His long this season is 54. He's been in the league for a minute. What is his career long? 55. Okay, so it's not like he has a cannon of a leg. I don't want to sound like the most miserable person on earth right now. I am really bent out of shape about that last drive. Like, you know, it's one thing to, like, the 4 picks, that's been frustrating, all that. But if there's one thing that irritates me, it's plain, I don't know. Look at what the Bills did. That's another conversation. The Bills played cowardly yesterday, and they lost because of it, in my opinion. Someone's got to make a play on defense. Fields escaping, and he gets a few more yards, gets out of bounds, stops the clock. They're nearing midfield now. They did that 2-minute warning skull chant to try and get the crowd into it. Vikings do have all 3 timeouts if they get the ball back. That is worth noting. We'll see. Crowd is loud. Can Fields be him? Here comes the blitz, perhaps. Nope. They drop off. They're going to run it with Fields, and he's got the first down. Approaching Viking territory. And this is not good because those seconds are ticking off the clock. And the Vikings are in a weird spot because the Bears are not quite in field goal range yet, so you don't want to help them out by calling timeouts. But again, look at that clock continuing to tick off. The Bears could set themselves up for a very makeable kick with like 20 seconds left. Fields with time now. You need a sack. Need a sack. Need a sack. He escapes. He escapes some more. He barely gets it off. And there is a receiver in the area. No grounding. Oh, man. Justin Fields, the high wire act. A sack would have been big there. I mean, the clock keeps running. Big loss of yards. St. Brown looked like he wanted it downfield. Fields probably didn't see him. Maybe it wasn't in his progression. Fields was also just running for his life at this point. Here we go. 2nd and 10. You really, I mean, if you're going to get a stop, right here is where to do it, where they're still outside field goal range. Force them to go for it on 4th down. Try and get a 4 and out here on this series of plays. Fields with a lot of time. Coverage seems to be good. Run him down, Daniil. Out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Come on. And now this is big because, now that clock is stopped, right? Now, if you're the Vikings, right, I don't know. Force him into a 4th down here. Daniil nearly got him. I guess you could say Komet was in the area, no grounding. But Daniil was right there, man. Oh, he nearly got him. All right. 3rd down and 10. These next 2 plays might define the game right here. Can the defense do it? Rushing 4. Fields with time. He's going to load up down the field. Wide open DJ Moore. And he is going to go down to about the 13. And that might be the ball game. Crazy. We probably just lost. I mean, good pass protection. Just all day. Middle of the field wide open. Good point there by Troy. You got to have the QB spy, right? So that takes away a guy in coverage over the middle of the field. DJ Moore finds it. Right? I mean, now it's a chip shot. The field goal itself is a formality. Right? And the Vikings can only stop the clock twice. I mean, you need a miracle at this point. You really do. Like, the Bears can just run the ball a few times and tick the time away. It is like game over now. Eric believe. And now it's even easier. I mean, now like the 1st down really ends the game. I'm sorry. I love KOC, but this loss, a lot of it is on him. How do you not even, and maybe, I think I'm so irritated because, maybe we still go 3 and out off the fumble, right? But the fashion in which you do it, where you just roll over and you just give up, right? And it's just like, whatever. I mean, yes, weird things happen, but I don't know. I'm going to turn my screen away from this because I don't want to have it spoiled when it inevitably goes through. Vikings call another timeout, right? Now it's 2nd down and 6 maybe after the kneel down. I mean, they can't stop the clock anymore, right? Or do they still have 1 more left? I'm trying to believe, Gabe. I am, but I mean, you've seen this movie before. Kneel. And timeout. I mean, if the Bear... I don't think you can do that, though, right? Because you can't stop the clock. You can't pass it. You have to run it. You run it, and, I mean, yeah, you're probably going to be kicking with like 10 seconds left. We're going to need a blocked kick to win this game. That's what it's going to come down to. Or a fumbled snap or something. So here we go. They're going to do their quick change. The play clock and game clock are separated by 9 seconds. The Vikings will get the ball with like 5 seconds left. They're going to take all the time they can. Because why wouldn't they? And it's good. Ten seconds for a miracle. Gosh, I'm sorry. That was a losing sequence. I'm going to be annoying and I'm going to not stop talking about that, but that is what lost us the game, without a doubt. All right. 10 seconds. Do they squib it or do they just kick it deep, right? I mean, you don't even want to give them any sort of field advantage. It's going to be one play no matter what. Yeah, just boot that thing through. No, don't return it. Come on. I guess, okay. I mean, I guess if you're as explosive a returner as Wongwu is, you gotta try. All right. I mean, what does KOC have in his bag of tricks, right? This has always been his dream, right? What sort of tricky play do we have here? You can't get a field goal now. You got to get a touchdown, obviously, right? There's 5 seconds. What is our one play? It's just gonna be like a flea flicker or something. Look at how far back everyone is on the Bears. Who are they going to throw it to? It's probably going to be Powell. They get it to Powell first and then start the pitches. Or is he just going to wind up and... Okay, here we go. Here we go. Osborne is not even going to get the pitch off. Okay. Okay. Here's Dobbs making a man miss. Dobbs will throw it across the field. Hawkinson caught it. There's a flag. It's over. It's over. Might as well keep playing. Big man throws it back, and it's over. And for the second week in a row, we are cowards and losers, and we lose because we deserve to lose, and nothing matters, and nothing is good in the world ever. I'm sorry. That was just... I mean, you can't turn the ball over 3 times and expect to win either. Or 4 times. Sorry, 4 times. 7 times now in the past 2 games. It's been turnovers, and they've still been in a position. And I think if there's anything we've learned is that this defense is awesome. And the offense has taken a clear step back now with Josh Dobbs instead of Kirk Cousins. Final score, Bears 12, Vikings 10 in what was just an absolute disaster. The defense does not deserve this whatsoever. They absolutely deserved to win. At least the defense did. The offense was bad, and I'm sorry, KOC, I love you, but that is the second week in a row that you have been a coward and sold the game. That is all I have to say. That was frustrating. I'm so sorry, Gabe says. I appreciate it. There's no Creed sing-along tonight. We don't deserve Creed. Can you take me lower? Can you take me lower in the trenches, down in the dirt where the losers belong? Because that is what we are. We are losers, and we lose. No, it's okay. I'll be over this in 5 minutes. And you know what? Shout out to everyone that's stuck in the stream for so long. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm not going to go to bed bent out of shape over a silly football game. We're going to play a round of GeoGuessr. Let's do it. Why not? I love GeoGuessr. We're going to play a round of GeoGuessr. Gabe says, at least you're handsome. I do have that going for me, fortunately. Let's play some GeoGuessr. All right, we're signing in. Here we go. Single player. We're gonna do world. We'll see how this goes. Everyone's getting hyped up. Classic maps. Dr. Pigskin history right here. We're playing a non-football related game. This is like a non-football related thing. Here we go. All right, we're gonna do no time limit, but we're gonna keep it like just common sense, right? Like don't take too long. All right, here we go. Big city. I'm thinking maybe the United States. I'm not Rainbolt by any means, by the way, so don't expect anything. But mile marker's going to bed. It's after 11. See ya. You have a good night, mile marker. Thanks for tuning in as always. And you know what? Shout out the Bears helping out the Lions. Horse. The horse, it says. That looks to be English. I don't know. Is this the United States? It sure looks like it. East Jackson Drive. And we're not going to be like total sweat mode. Maybe. We'll see. We'll get some help from the chat perhaps. But let's see. What does this say? MC? Is that MC? I don't know. Tough to tell. This looks to be a bigger city though, right? It looks to be awfully sunny. I would say that this probably isn't the Midwest. Bike the Drive. Oh yeah, look at everyone getting hyped for GeoGuessr. You got any other GeoGuessr players in here? Let's see. Man, I would like to get like deeper into this area here. They've got some tents set up. It almost looks like college game day. It's definitely not, but oh, here we go. What does the bus say? Alltown? That does not help. I could be cheap and try and look at the license plates. It's hard to tell, obviously. They blur them out for privacy reasons, but come on, Mr. License Plate. Atlanta? Well, I will say, if this... Well, hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. We saw some interstates. I will say this. If this was Atlanta, I would be cooked. Because I don't live in Atlanta, but I live very close to Atlanta, and I've been there many times. But looky here. I said this wasn't the... Well, I don't know if it is the Midwest or not, but as a Midwesterner, I certainly recognize this. That, my friends, is Interstate 94, a staple of the American highway system, right? So we're looking at I-94, I-90, and 290, right? Let's find I-94 first, which runs east and west. I have to remind myself sometimes. In Fargo, where I'm from, there's the two interstates. There's 94 and 29. So here's 94. Twin Cities? I don't think so. It doesn't really look like it. That would be a hilarious twist of irony. It doesn't really look like the Twin Cities. I don't think it is. I mean, I don't know. Oh, well, here we go. Made in Chicago. That seems to be pretty straightforward. You're right by 94. Okay, that checks out. I suppose. I mean, this does look like an awfully big city. We've got to be on the outskirts of Chicago, right? I don't know what this building is. We're going to go around a little bit more. We're not going to get it right on the nose, but we seem to be right outside Chicago by the interstate in Michigan. Yeah, we've got a lot of Michigan people in this channel. I like it. Shout out the Midwest. All right. Oh, yeah, there's 294. And there's 94. Where's 90? All right, right here. So I'm thinking, right, probably somewhere like right here, right? Or right here. We're going to go right here. Boom. Not bad. All right. 7.1 miles. That's very laggy because it's streaming right now. The confetti is just so slow. Not a bad start, though. 4,962. Not bad. All right. This does not look to be the United States. This... Well, unfortunately, I can't decipher that language. That is something that, like, I still struggle with in this game sometimes. Like, I can tell, like, Spanish and Portuguese apart, obviously. Now, without sounding ignorant, this looks to be Middle Eastern. I could not tell you what language, though. But just based off the style of writing there, I would say that that is my guess. But I could not tell you where this is. Also, I'm laughing because I see, like, Grand Rapids. India or Pakistan, maybe. I don't really know what Indian looks like. I guess I don't... That's probably not the name of the language, right? Isn't it just, like, Hindu? I feel so bad for not knowing that. Or maybe it is Indian. But... Okay, so we've got A lot of construction going on here, right? This looks to be a developing nation. It could be India, honestly. I could see it. Or Pakistan. Hmm. What color flag do they have again? I'm trying to remember from like FIFA or Dubai. I mean, it's got to be like that region, right? The Middle East. It's not letting me go very far here. Let's see. Also, we're going to turn off the post-game show. Sorry, Scott Van Pelt. Not tonight. We've got to lock in on GeoGuessr. There seems to be a mix between the native and English language. Yeah, so I mean, I wonder, like, what of these countries, like, has the most English in it? Oh, you can't really read that very well. I honestly, I could see it being India. But Gabe seems set on Pakistan. Well, it's certainly not Switzerland. They're just using something from Switzerland. Is this really all it's going to let me explore? Is this like a little alleyway? Rainbolt would know this. That man is a legend. You know what? We're just going to guess it. Yeah, Caden with a good point. Feels like India would be more packed with the population. They are very dense, right? Don't they have like the highest or one of the highest population densities in the world? I'm going to go with Pakistan. It seems to be like on the outskirts, maybe. I'm trying to figure out like the topography. It could be like this city. I'm not even going to try it because I'll just butcher it. We're going to go right here. Oh. You know, that's a fair point from CB and Joe. That there would be a fair amount of English because of colonization. You know what? You guys have convinced me. You're right. The English has to mean something, right? We're going to go with one of the less populated. I say less popular. I'm sure it's still very popular. We're going to go with like this region of India. Oh, okay. So I guess I was a little bit closer. It's Bangladesh. I would not have guessed that. I couldn't tell you a single thing about Bangladesh, to be quite honest with you. All right, fair play. We got a little bit closer. It was neither India or Pakistan. All right. First round, we killed it. Second round, not so much. And this appears to be a California beach, no? I mean, right? There's palm trees. I mean, it doesn't have to be California. Could this be the Jersey Shore Boardwalk? Because there's like, I don't know, I just see like that little park there. Oceanfront Walk and downtown. Well, downtown what exactly? Could this be like Jersey Shore? I only say that because of the Always Sunny episode where they go to the Jersey Shore. I've never been out to the Jersey Shore before. Nice little rhyme right there. Let's see. We're going to get some hints right here maybe. There's a pier entrance. I'm sorry, tsunami? Wait. Oh, never mind. That's just graffiti. Huh. Okay. Gonna go in this nice little tunnel here. I'm getting like Jersey Shore vibes, to be quite honest, though. Unless any of y'all have an insight. Someone says, CV says it looks like GTA 5. Oh, well, probably because this is Santa Monica. Okay, so it was California. I am cracked. I have a confession to make. I don't know where in California Santa Monica is. It's like by LA. Okay, there it is. Thank goodness. By Inglewood, where the Rams and the Chargers and NFL media are. Look at that, Santa Monica Pier right there. We're literally probably like right here. Boom. Boom! Look at that! Yeah! Even better. Oh! We were not even miles away. We were yards away. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Shout out to 6 people still in here for the GeoGuessr. This is like the post-credit scene, right? Like little post-game GeoGuessr. I don't think this is the United States right here, to be quite honest. My initial gut reaction says, actually, I don't know, like South America maybe? Central America? Look at the chat getting hype for GeoGuessr. I love it. Driving on the right side of the road. That's always important to note. But like that sign didn't look American, right? Like these triangle signs, I feel like you don't really see those in the United States. This, whatever that is. I don't know. But my gut reaction is not United States. And that license plate looks a little too long to be American. So I think we are outside of the U.S. I'm not hating somewhere in South America right now. It's kind of flat out here. A lot of trees, a lot of shorter trees, but pretty flat. Hold on, what is that bus? Or a truck? Okay, so this is... I don't know that that's Spanish, to be honest. Is that Portuguese? I don't know. It could be Europe. Honestly, it could. Yeah. Yeah, well, okay, duh. Yeah, this has got to be... Is that French? I mean, that looks like the French flag right there. Wow, I guess this is France. All right, Europe. Those light posts are Scandinavian. Yeah, we got Michael saying Europe. Caden says Europe. Yeah, we are definitely in Europe, and probably France, to be honest. There's some hills over there. All right. So probably like rural France somewhere. Let's get another little hint here from this sign. Sassari. And then there's that. I don't know French at all, to be quite honest. I just saw that French flag on the truck. Is Sassari French, really? That doesn't sound super French, but what do I know? We'll zoom in on this for now, but we'll keep looking around here. We're gonna go this way actually. Let's see what these signs can tell us here. Divieto di Scarico. It almost looks like Italian, right? Like, I don't know. What does this say? Yeah, Italy. Okay, this is probably Italy. Yeah, because the language almost looked like Italian. Italia. What is that French truck doing there? Unless, like, the flag was discolored or something, but okay. Industrial zone. I can use my common sense to know that that's what they're saying. All right. Wow, we got a lot of signs here. Sazzara. What part of Italy could this be in, right? I almost, like, it seems like a little warmer. Maybe not quite by the sea. Definitely not, like, a big part of Italy. Definitely could just be a French truck in Italy. I mean, it's kind of crazy to sometimes think about, like, you know, just how, like, close all the European countries are. Like, they're all so small. Like, you know, a French truck definitely could just be chilling in Italy. Now, do I overthink it? Do I think, oh, it's got to be close to the border, right? Because, you know, the truck is just chilling over there. Or is it, nah, I mean, that truck is just chilling and it doesn't have to be close to the border. But it, I mean, fairly open, pretty rural, right? Bright sun. Now we're really getting out into just farmland. I mean, this is like European North Dakota right here. Michael is saying northwestern Italy. And honestly, I'm kind of rocking with it. I think we're going to go with it. We're going to go round here, I think. Unless I can find just like an obvious giveaway. Like, it was like Sassuolo. I don't know. I butchered that, but... We'll go where it's a little bit flatter and close to France. Not quite on the ocean, but close. We'll go like right here. Oh! Oh! Wow. Okay. So this is going to be bad. What is this island? Is this a part of Italy? Yes, I think so. Yeah. Okay. So, wow. So how did that French truck get over here then? Must have gone on a ship or something. That's crazy. That's just a little island right there, I suppose. All right. Fair play, GeoGuessr. And also, yes, I got the email. I'll check that out later. That's awesome. All right. You know what? That's all right. We'll take that. Cyprus. Okay. I'm terrible. I can be really good with geography, but sometimes I have gaps in my knowledge. What do we have here? I can almost picture this being like somewhere in Georgia, to be honest. French driver got really lost. There's some pickup trucks. We could definitely be in the south. Looks to be an American plate. We've also got a motorcycle. I mean, this is definitely the United States. We've now gotten the United States a few times here. Pendley Drive. Definitely does not seem to be like the suburbs or anything. Gabe is saying Southern Virginia. I could totally see this being the South. It looks to be the fall, and it still looks to be kind of warm outside. So I don't know. It looks like a southern fall from this, I would say. Open garage, more southern. Yep. Oh yeah. I'm liking the vibes here for South right now. I could totally see Southern Virginia. It's also kind of flat out here, at least in this neighborhood. Look at all the leaves on the ground. Honestly, it looks nice outside. Looks like a vibe right now. Just be chilling. It's always been my dream to get like my neighborhood on GeoGuessr. Hold on. Or like a place that I actually know. Like if I got Athens on GeoGuessr, or the iconic three-way intersection in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. If you know, you know. Man, Fergus Falls has got some crazy intersections, I'll tell you that. Oh, now it's not fall anymore. Oh. All right. For rent. That does not help. There's places for rent everywhere in the country, as in the world, too. I could honestly see it being Georgia. Like, I could totally see it. Like, this, like, honestly reminds me of, like, Watkinsville a little bit. I don't think it's Watkinsville, obviously, but, like, no, I could totally see this being a smaller part of Georgia. Oh, we've got a church. This is definitely the South, right? That looks to be a church sign. Harvest Baptist Church. New Harvest. All right. I don't know if there's a New Harvest in Georgia, but definitely in the South. A Baptist church. Oh, a little Spanish mixed in here. Okay. Georgia actually has a fairly high Hispanic population, which is something that I've learned here. I could totally see this being Georgia. Yeah, you might not think that, but you'd be surprised. I'm feeling Georgia, to be honest. I don't know. We're thinking, honestly, like I could see this being kind of close to Athens. I think I might go with Georgia. I'm going to click a few more times and see if I get anything to jump out. But honestly, like, Alabama Drive. No, don't let that trick you into thinking it's Alabama. Alabama. Oh, that would be such... Oh, well... Maybe it is Alabama. I think it is. All right, we're going to go with Alabama. They hit us with Alabama, and I was like, no, it can't be that easy. And then they say Old Alabama Drive, and it's like, oh, it maybe is that easy. But we're going to say a little bit closer to Georgia. Honestly, like around Auburn, maybe. I don't know. Well, I guess where in Alabama would they have a high enough Hispanic population where they have signs in Spanish? I don't know. I guess close to Florida, maybe? But even then, the Florida panhandle is just drastically different. And it just, like, the geography of it seems like it's not, like, down here. Like, it honestly does remind me more of, like, this area. Maybe outside of Birmingham, maybe there's like a high Hispanic population or something. We're going to go outside of Birmingham. What you see a lot of times when you see these neighborhoods is it really is just like outside one of the big cities. Could be on the border. We're going to go outside of Birmingham. We'll see, though. Maybe I'll get burned. Oh, no! I'm cooked! Are you serious? What? Get out of here. Alabama and old Alabama. They pulled the old switcheroo. It's by Six Flags. That's terrible. Wow. We got crossed up, step back 3 hit on us. Hey, look at that. Alabama. Wow. Okay, so clearly I've never been to like this area of like Metro Atlanta before. Although I have been to Six Flags over Georgia, but that was a long time ago. Is this by Powder Springs? That's crazy, because I was going to say there's a high Hispanic population in Powder Springs. No way. This has got to be by Powder Springs, right? I've literally been out to Powder Springs before. Yeah, there's Powder Springs right there. And they have a very like there's like a neighborhood where it's just like all Mexican restaurants. And I really wanted to eat there after work one day, but I just didn't have time because they all looked so good. That's crazy. It literally was like, oh, like, wow. All right, it was Georgia. Not bad. You know, we'll take that. Almost 20,000. We had a few tricky ones in there. We got fooled by old Alabama Drive. I cannot believe they did that to us. But you know what? That was good. That was a good way to end the stream right there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, it's been a pleasure. Till next time, the doctor is out. And you know what? Maybe we'll do some more GeoGuessr later. Mix it in a little bit. And you know what? As always, till the very end, even in moments of stress and distress and peril, it's Skull Vikings until the end. Skull. We'll get them next time. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a great night, too. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Go enjoy the rest of whatever today may offer you, and I hope to see you all again soon. Skull Vikings. That's how we got.